I think I basically get the gist of the story though. Behind the mail. It didn't take that long.
Yeah.
It didn't really take that long to get the gist of the story. Like,
Seems rather simple.
yeah, it's like the gist of seems of the story, at least through the mails, is basically just there's a team of people, the Metaverse Enterprise Solutions. They are trying to create simulations. They're trying to create simulations to basically prove that the world that they're in is a simulation. So, to prove that, they're creating their own controlled simulations to see if that's the case. And one of their controlled simulations is the base game of Doki Doki Literature Club. And they're basically successful. They create an entire universe, which is as real as their own, basically. It's just.
Yep.
And yeah, and apparently they have another one that they're working on, which is just known as Project Libitina. So I'm assuming Project Libitina is somehow connected, but probably not that connected to DDLC. We'll have to see what happens with that. So,
Probably
yeah,
just like a general like, oh, that's a reference to that or something. Like I
yeah.
don't think that game would be.
And the reason why Monika has awareness in base DDLC is because they straight up gave it to her to see what would happen if they gave somebody elevated permissions while they knew. And then the side stories is a clone of the base world, but with them giving Monika her elevated permissions without her knowing.
Yeah.
Just then they wanted to see what would happen with that. So that's why the events are slightly different in the side stories, because Monika doesn't know that she has the elevated permissions. So yeah. It's not a complex one. There's a really interesting piece of mail later on. It's still interesting to get the mail. It's not just complex of a story. It ain't the FNAF. It's not like FNAF lore where you need to fucking get a gigantic fucking billboard to figure it all out. You kind of figure it all out.
Yeah.
You kind of figure it all out just by kind of reading between the lines and such. And the mails is they kind of tell you what's going on a bit. So it's like, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't. It's not that I don't like it or anything. I actually think it works better this way. If anything, I say I like this more than the FNAF lore because of the
Obviously.
fact that you can actually get answers and figure it out on your own.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like the mail's cool. Yeah, it's like I like it. I like this more than how fucking FNAF does shit. Because like I said, yeah, you don't have to sit here for like 7 hours trying to figure out what one thing means.
Yeah.
We just got a letter. I wonder who it's from. It's from
I
Ive.
wonder who it's from.
It's from Ive Laster. Oh, my best friend.
Of course.
Hey there, Ive. Alright, so we played Respect last time. Alright, so now we need to go back into DDLC. So, I think I thought of something. I didn't think about this. I don't think it matters what CG you get. I think just any CG unlocks a side story. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. It just has to be a new CG.
Oh, okay.
That's my theory. That's my working theory. Because yeah, it's like, that's how I think it works. We obviously still have the Natsuki and Yuri. What I'm saying is, like, if I went to get, like, Yuri's first CG right now, like, let me test this. Let me test my theory right now, actually. Let me load the first poem minigame. Let me test my theory. Let's make Yuri a poem. See if I'm correct here. Oh, I did not mean to. Fuck you, Natsuki.
Natsuki's like, fuck you too.
Yuri's probably one of the easier ones to figure out who the fuck you're supposed to make things for. What?
What was that word?
Misfortune. Are you fucking serious, Sayori?
You gotta look for like, yeah, determination. Yuri. Vivacious.
Heaven sent. Disoriented.
Wait, so are we doing like part of Yuri's route right now?
Yeah.
Like, should I go back?
I'm about to do Yuri's Act 1 picture because I'm pretty. God damn it!
Oh fuck! I forgot.
You know what? I'll get perfect Yuri later. I'll get perfect Yuri later. Fuck you, Sayori. I hate you. I just want to do this real quick to see if I'm correct. I feel like I am. Fuck you, Sayori. Variance, philosophy, and analysis. Okay.
Forgot to save it the first poem game, so I have to go back.
Also, we're probably just skip a majority of talking to Yuri, because in Act 2 we basically got the exact same scene just without her being crazy. Oh, the game even. Oh wait, never mind. The game doesn't know that. It's because I haven't seen text on.
Whenever if Monika ever talks, I can voice her. So.
All right. I mean, we should probably skip this because like I'm not making the same mistake I made with Natsuki last time. All of this is basically the same. It's like because we've experienced it in Act 2. Like slightly different, but it's not different enough. Like, I'm not about to suffer the same mistake I suffered with Natsuki. Okay. So I got Yuri CG. So now, I think with my lucky pen in hand. Okay, so now
I clicked extraordinary. That's a Sayori word. What the hell?
Yeah, so I just did. So now, if I am correct, aha! I was right.
There you go.
So I was correct. So yeah.
It doesn't matter.
So it doesn't matter what CG you get. It only matters. Yeah, you get a new CG.
Oh, they all unlock in order all the time.
Yeah, they all will always unlock in order. So you don't even have to worry about them not unlocking in order. They're all going to unlock in order. Also, we got mail.
What?
Yeah. We got the next mail by unlocking a side story. Okay. Character discrepancy. Having run the control simulation for a while, it's evident that a certain character is missing from any mention or appearance. Oh, Sayori! That makes me speculate that Monika's meddling is less clumsy than we think. Oh, they thought she was clumsy.
Wait, where did you stop with Yuri's?
I just skipped through her entire first poem, and then I just skipped through her entire first CG thing, and then I just stopped where it said "Run a share a poem."
Okay.
Yeah, share a poem with. I don't know why I didn't save that actually. I think it just left it. Fuck. Let me try to do Yuri again, but because she would have to because she would have to manufacture this character herself as a way of forcing interaction between her and the user. Could that be why the character has such a limited and dissonant personality traits? I'm reading into this too much. Oh! Monika created the girls in DDLC.
I didn't get a mail.
Oh, wait. It's evident that it's a certain character is missing from any mention or appearance. Things bigger than Monika's metal because she would have to manufacture this character herself as a way of forcing interaction. Oh, wait. Manufacture. She can't manufacture Sayori. Oh, yeah, it is MC. Yeah. Could that be why the character has such limited and dissonant personality traits? Or am I reading into this too much? I'll open an issue, start tracking info and observations of the anomaly of this character appearing. I mean, I don't know. To be fair, all the girls had limited personality traits. Okay, so it's MC. So Monika manufactured MC then? Well, by manufacture, I think they mean like she coded the game to where he wasn't talking. He got rid of all of his talking things. Oh, this is probably in Act 2, where you just stop talking. You don't say anything anymore. I think that's probably what this is referring to.
Yeah, because the MC like stops talking.
At some point in Act 2 and Act 3, yeah. So it was Monika who like made him not really talk anymore.
Yeah.
Or at least the one thing you can guarantee it's about is Act 3, where he can't say anything there either.
I didn't get a mail. I don't know how you unlock that.
Mail's random. I don't know.
I guess it's random. Yeah, I didn't get.
I've gotten to the point where I think mail. How did I get this?
Oh.
Provided in an email communication. Oh, it is MC. Oh, because this is the character. Because they said they were gonna sketch it, right?
That's what he looks like.
Because they said they were gonna. Because there's character discrepancy. Says I'll open an issue to start tracking info for the character appearing. Okay, so that basically confirmed that it was MC because it says because you require that picture when you get that mail.
Oh my god, the tie.
Yeah, because there's a rough sketch of what the face of the protagonist might have looked like if he was a real character. This is what he might have looked like if he was a real character.
People are gonna try and make sprites that look like this now.
I was about to say it, and I was like, and then even then, people are gonna be like, well, that's not how he's supposed to look. And it's like, technically, he doesn't supposed to look like anything. Because this is just a concept sketch, technically.
It is, yeah.
And it's like, this could have easily been changed, like, at any point, so yeah. Bro, he's hot, what the fuck? No wonder the bitches are on his dick.
He looks a little attractive. I'm not gonna lie.
He looks dead inside.
I mean, yeah, he's. I mean, I assume he's extremely
He
deadpan.
looks so
constantly.
dead. He looks so dead inside. Okay, so yeah, so character discrepancy means MC. Okay, so yeah, I didn't really learn anything from that mail. Yeah, like okay, so that's what I'm saying. It's like that's why I like how the story kind of goes because like you don't learn anything lore like breaking, like telling me that they figured out that Monika meddled to not let MC talk isn't really
It's more.
the
it's
new
more to
thing. I
just-
feel like most people figured that.
It's more to just like lead you in the right direction.
Yeah.
Of like what you think of the
I think it's just to show that they. I think it's also. I think all this taught me was that they underestimated Monika. They thought Monika was clumsy, but then they started being like, "Oh shit, wait, she's actually controlling this universe that we put her in."
Mhm.
Like she's actually controlling this shit. This is getting dangerous.
Yeah. Like what the fuck?
Oops.
doing?
Like, what-
Oops.
yeah, they're like, "Oops, uh-oh."
Whoopsie! We accidentally created a real human being with emotions. Whoops!
Whoopsie daisies.
Where are you going?
This
To the
is
second
the
poem?
second poem, so make it for Natsuki.
Okay.
Papa, puppy, fox. Yeah, like I said, I kind of prefer this way of storytelling compared to like how FNAF does it, because like so far it is kind of like I'm not gonna act like this is super easy to understand, but it's definitely not like super hard to understand what's going on either.
Yeah.
I feel like most people can basically if you just get all the mail and read every single piece of mail probably or just get not even every I haven't even read every single piece of mail, so but I'm assuming if you've read every single piece of mail and every single file you could probably get it, because I feel like I'm figuring it out while only reading a few of them so far. Wait, this
Cool.
okay, I do have MC
I'm
text though.
almost done.
I have to actually start reading again soon.
Yeah.
Ah,
Let me unskip
Where is
on
my
some text now.
water. And also, yes, for those people who... Also, I feel bad because there's a lot of people who are, like, really looking at the things that happen in the side stories, like, oh, man, my mod isn't canon now, or something, or, like, my mod doesn't fit with the game's lore anymore, or something like that. And then it's like, little do they know that the side stories aren't even canon to the game's actual timeline. They're a different timeline.
Yeah.
It's like the side stories are straight up an entirely different timeline to the base game.
Yeah.
It's a clone of the base world, but it still doesn't take place. Bro, the game's lore is a game that's in a game. See, that's what I thought about, but then I realized that it technically isn't. Because it's like, it's not that the game's lore is a game within a game. It's you're playing a game, but they apparently DDLC, what we're playing right now, is an entire universe.
Yeah, it's like a real like.
They apparently found the Metaverse people, MES. There you go. I keep calling them that. They found a way to create a universe.
Yeah, like
that's
this is.
as real as their own.
Didn't you say like they create real universes and then market them as video games?
Yeah, and they profit them as video games in their world. They profit them as video games.
But they're real universes.
Yeah, but they're
with, like,
full-on
real people.
universes, and I'm like, that's kind of crazy.
So like in this lore, these are real people in like just a different.
Yeah, and they're in this lore, these are real people and real characters. So in a way, they refer to it as virtual machines, right? Yeah, they refer to it as VMs.
Yeah.
Yeah. is in a way, Monika was wrong when but like right at the same time when she was talking about her being in a game. She was like wrong and right at the same time because like
she knows that she figures it's a game because it was created specifically for a reason.
Yeah. Yeah, Monika's not incorrect, but she doesn't have the entire truth. Because yeah, it's like, because the world she lives in is technically a world, just it's created by somebody.
Yeah.
So yeah, interesting. Ah. Not long before Natsuki comes up to me expectantly. Yeah. Don't worry, I kept my promise. I pulled the first ramen parfait girls out from my bag. Natsuki takes her my hand, then quickly turns it over, presumably to check for wrinkles. Actually, now that I think about it, that makes the achievement that she'll never be real a little bit weirder. A little bit secreter. She will never be real, as Dan says in lore, that she technically, in her world, is real.
Yeah.
They all are real, technically, in their world.
Yeah.
It's like, shit. That's weird. Let's take some. Oh, yeah, because check for wrinkles. Hey, I'm not that careless. I handle manga all the time, you know. I just wanted to make sure. Can you blame me for being paranoid? I don't give people my manga every day, you know. That's true. I don't blame you. Well, anyway, let me put this one back. I'm gonna get the next one, okay? Natsuki makes her way to the closet. I follow. So, you're gonna tell me everything you thought, right? Where did this volume leave off again? I forgot. The chapter ended when Minori and Alice found... Monika! No, they didn't find Monika.
I don't think they found Monika.
Natsuki's voice resonates from inside the closet. Huh? I peer inside. All of Natsuki's books are lined up on the top shelf. Did you move my manga again?
Sorry. The teacher got mad at me for taking up so much space in her closet. So I had to move some stuff around and clean up a little bit. It's all still there, I just had to organize it a bit.
Top shelf is far above Natsuki's head. Makes a futile hop, trying to figure out how to reach her manga. Jeez. So inconvenient. I'm moving these all back down. Plenty of room on these shelves. Besides, they're really pretty to look at when they're all lined up. Why would you waste it on the top shelf? Natsuki, there's a stool on the wall there. In the closet, there's a collapsible stool that's hanging on the wall. Honestly, after playing these side stories, you really sit there and you're like, God damn, yeah, they have like no character. It's like, after playing the side stories, you're like, God damn, side story Natsuki would never.
What? Side story Natsuki would
To be
never.
fair, side story Monika would never either, because they don't have mutual respect for each other in the base game.
Yeah.
If you want, I can reach up there and hand them to you. I can get them myself. So he grabs the stool from the wall and unfolds it. You think I'm too short or something? I mean, I know it! Well, you know what? Just watch me! But Natsuki hops onto the stool, which ends up being a little wobbly because of its collapsible design. Careful. I know what I'm doing! Standing on the stool, Natsuki's fingertips reach the top shelf. The stool would be enough for me to easily grab the books, but Natsuki's being stubborn, as usual. Natsuki uses her fingers to scoot one of the smaller boxes to the edge of the shelf. See? Yeah! The box suddenly tips. Natsuki barely catches it before it falls to the floor. The stool wobbles. Losing balance, Natsuki hops off the stool. Thankfully, she was able to stay on her feet. Closed the box triumphantly. There! I almost fell. Natsuki's a bit shaken up. Jeez. You need to prove yourself to me. There's no way you'll be able to get the bigger boxes like that. I can reach them, so just... I said I can do it! I don't want your help, okay? I'm gonna get a chair, so just hang on. Natsuki forces her right past me out of the closet. Let's see. Classroom chairs have the desk attached, so they're too inconvenient to fit into the closet. Ha! Natsuki trots over to the teacher's desk, which has a computer chair behind it. He rolls it on its wheels back over to the closet. It's a little dangerous since the chair swivels and rolls. I've already learned my lesson, so I keep my mouth shut. Natsuki climbs onto the chair and slowly balances onto her feet. She refuses my help. I take a seat with my back against the side of the doorway and simply watch. Look at that. Look at that in HD. Natsuki's book in HD.
I thought you were gonna say Natsuki's butt in HD.
I mean, that too, I guess. Side stories also make the base game a lot sadder. See, I used to believe that, but then now that it's been confirmed that it's a separate timeline, it doesn't really affect the base game, in my opinion.
Look at her face. She's like, I got this.
Yeah. I was like, now that we've been kind of confirmed that the side stories take place in another, like, another universe, basically, it's like, it doesn't really affect the base game's sadness because they're not that close, and
Yeah.
they don't have that, like, tight bond that they do. And how we know it's not exactly the same is there's overlaps, like, fucking Sayori apparently Monika learning about poetry from Sayori. But then, in the base game, Sayori says she's learned a lot about poetry from Monika. And it's like, what?
Yeah.
Well, the fact that Monika's first song is the fucking My Song, Your Note and isn't your reality.
Yeah.
Aha, there we go. See, I can easily do it now. Natsuki grabs a stack of manga and bends down to put it on the shelf below. Chair swivels. Natsuki catches herself on the shelf. What are you doing? Can you at least hold the chair steady instead of sitting and doing nothing? Who was it who told me not to help? Yeah, I got you. I hold the chair while Natsuki reaches back up. I can almost see up her skirt! God. Force myself to turn away. Natsuki seriously didn't think this through. When she realizes I'll be dead. Huh. Natsuki wraps her arms around the Parfait Girls box set. These are the largest one on the shelf. Heavy. Hey, Zero. I don't think I can bend down without falling. Hurry and take this one. Huh? But then I have to let go of the chair. That's fine. Just for a second. Hurry up. Alright. Let me just stand up. I slowly release my grip from the chair. What do you mean, stand up? Natsuki looks down at me. Why are you all the way back? Natsuki looks like she just realized something, but she'll lose her balance if she moves. Natsuki, the box! What are you looking at? You're trying to look at my... Natsuki's legs shake. I'm not! I was just... Natsuki, don't try to move! Just give me the box! You perv! You set me up! Go away! Get out! But... I'll do it myself! Chair suddenly swivels beneath Natsuki's feet. Natsuki! Cat! The scene turns to chaos in a split second. Chair flies from under Natsuki's feet. Frantically, I try to catch her. The box hobbles out of her hands and the books go flying. I got you! Did I get her? The full force of Natsuki's body against me throws me to the ground. I caught her!
I'm back.
Natsuki fell on us. In HD.
In HD.
A whole bunch of books pelt me in the face. Natsuki tries to shield herself with her own arms as her face lands straight into my chest. Ugh. My right arm and my back seriously felt the impact. Slowly, Natsuki comes to her senses. Presses her arm straight into me to prop herself up. Natsuki seems to realize it's not the floor that's beneath her. Gross! Gross! Ah! Just pounds into my chest. Natsuki then hoists herself to her feet. What were you thinking? You sicko!
Everything okay over there? Heard a loud noise.
Monika suddenly peers in.
Monika? See what happens when you put the manga on the top shelf? Are you trying to kill your club members or something? Jeez.
Sorry.
Oh, and one more thing. Seems like your most recent club member is a total pervert. How dare you? This is slander to the highest degree.
Nothing I can do about that.
No!
That's also mean.
So I hope you're happy. I didn't.
Somehow it's impossible for me to explain this whole bizarre situation to Monika.
I didn't do anything. I swear.
I know. Don't worry.
Monika says that quietly to me. Like I'm off the hook.
Oh no.
Huh? I look down. Natsuki's kneeling on the floor, holding one of the books that are scattered all over. There's a large diagonal crease along the page that she's desperately trying to smooth out. It must have landed on the page. Natsuki tries a bit more to fix the crease, but she can't get it out. Suddenly, she gives up and slams the book shut, and throws it to the floor. Instead of continuing to yell, she just lowers her head. Natsuki, are you...
No.
Natsuki's voice squeaks. I see tears on her face. I'll help get the crease out, okay? Partially my fault, so... Natsuki shakes her head, still looking down.
No. I don't even care that much. I'm just having a really bad day today.
Natsuki sobs again.
I didn't mean to take it out on you. I really didn't mean to.
It's fine. Is there anything you want to talk about? Natsuki shakes her head.
Just every day is so hard. Just want to come to the club and...
He falls silent again. Can't press her. Only do what I know how to do. Alright. I'll help clean this up. And I'll move the rest of your manga for you. I pick up volume 2 of Parfait Girls. We'll set this one aside. This will help cheer you up a bit, right? We can get started on it once I'm done here. Natsuki looks up with her glossy eyes. Her lip quivers.
You're really nice to me.
Huh? That sounds really strange, coming from Natsuki. I didn't expect it at all. Well, I'm just treating you like a friend, you know? Natsuki lowers her head and stifles another sob. Not sure what happened to her today. Being nice is the least I could do. Next couple minutes are silent between us as I begin gathering the scattered books. Make sure to slip them into the box in their correct order. After a little bit, Natsuki starts helping. It isn't long before we're done, and I hoist the box onto the shelf where Natsuki wanted to put it. Then, I get on the stool and quickly finish moving the rest of her books from the top shelf. Alright, that should do it. Hop off the stool. Natsuki averts her gaze.
Thanks.
It's nothing. Natsuki's holding the volume set aside in her hands. Alright, I'm ready.
Good. Even if you weren't, I'd make you anyway. You're taking responsibility for what you said. The thing about cheering me up.
If you insist. We sit in the same spot as last time, and I open the second volume. Natsuki's mood quickly improves, laughing and pointing things out to me. She's surprisingly sharp, taking note of a lot of subtle repeated jokes and background elements. In the end, I'm pretty impressed about everything ties together in this manga. Guess Natsuki has good taste after all. After some time, Monika gets our attention as usual, and it's time to share poems again. Guess we'll be holding on to this for now.
Yep. Even you sound more enthusiastic this time.
Well, I'm starting to get into it, you know?
Hehe. Told you.
Yeah. Turn to my seat and slip the book into my bag. Alright.
Oh, sorry.
The poem time.
Yeah.
I unlock another. Bro, I unlocked another one.
You unlocked another one. Are you gonna unlock the third one?
We
And
could
then just go through them all?
we could unlock. Actually, I can unlock the third one really quickly, couldn't I?
Yeah.
Because I'd just take a.
Where's the...
Because I just need to get the. Because if anything, again, since you talk to Yuri in Act 2, I don't have to read her fucking lines for her second CG.
Yeah.
So I just skip that. You can actually finish the side stories, like, pretty soon.
Yeah.
The only problem is I gotta make another poem for Yuri. God damn it. Okay, but this is where we gotta go for perfect Yuri. Let's go, boys.
For Yuri, on the second poem, right?
Well, I have to get to the second poem, so you get to the second poem and just wait there for me.
Oh, well, I already saved it the second poem.
Yes,
like,
yeah.
For Natsuki, so I was able to just... I was able to... Oh, wait, no.
You
I
have to
oh, wait, I
make
have to go
two
through the whole
poems
thing.
for
That's
Yuri,
right,
yeah.
That's right. No, yeah, I have to do it too. Okay.
Also, you should probably save at the second poem thing for Natsuki anyway, because we have to probably get... Because we have to 100% the game. We gotta get the because you poem and stuff.
I did, yeah.
If anything, I just fucked up. God damn it! I fucked up again! No! How am I not picking Yuri words? Contamination. Disoriented. Nightgown's
What am I
not.
doing?
Disarray.
You just load the first poem.
Inferno. Entropy. Judgment. Not marshmallow. For a
Breathe.
second, I was like...
Incongruent.
None of
tragedy.
these are
No,
Yuri's!
that's Sayori.
I actually got bodied. None of these are Yuri's.
Yeah, I kept getting bodied when I was doing Natsuki.
I swear none of these are what the game just fucked me. And the only one I could possibly see is Sunset. The game just fucked me.
Oh, I think the game just fucked me too. Wait,
The
extreme?
game
That's
quite literally just fucked me there. What the hell? That's a thing that can happen. That's fucking terrible.
It is terrible.
So mean. The game was like, no, fuck you. Bro, what if I was trying to do a speed run to get 100%? 100% data collection speed run, bro.
Then you'd have to reset your run a lot.
For any given set of words, you got about 2% chance of not getting the one you want. That's terrible.
What?
What?
I put extraordinary, and it was Sayori.
Yeah, okay, thank you. You just said that because it showed up to me and I was about to click it. I keep forgetting. Extraordinary is Sayori. Portrait. Frightening. Not depression. Landscape. Essence. Determination. But also passion. I could have swore a tone was Sayori. No, it is Yuri. Okay. Graveyard. Insight. Secretive? Yeah. Disoriented. Unrestrained. Someone call me Perfect Yuri, baby. Let's go. Got the achievement.
What?
Perfect
How is
Yuri.
nature not Yuri's? I hate everything.
Yuri hates nature. We only side story Yuri likes nature.
I was like, wait, Yuri likes nature. No!
No. What? Oh my. Did it not save that I went through this? I just went through this. Oh my god.
This is... Yeah, no, you had to go... Yeah, you didn't say. Remember? You said that.
Oh, I guess I didn't, but the game would have been able to know at least. God damn it. Okay, now I gotta share poems. Yeah, I gotta share poems. Already did this. Buh!
I'm still trying to do this fucking poem.
Buh! Wait, I just Sayori says the exact same things she says. Natsuki says something different because it's a Yuri poem, but do I care enough? I'll read it. Zero, if you're not going to take this club seriously, then go home. What? Harsh? What? You expect to believe they actually put effort into this? You think I'm stupid? I'm not a writer. Maybe it's not very good, but yeah, I did put an effort. I'll start somewhere, right? Oh, I just noticed, too. We have to get Natsuki's third poem as well. I mean, not because you, but the one where if you go with Yuri, because Natsuki makes a difference. She doesn't make I'll Be Your Beach, I'm pretty sure. Doesn't she make a different one, or does she still make I'll Be Your Beach?
She makes... For her third one, she makes,
She makes a different one that isn't...
I think so, yeah.
Because she doesn't make I'll Be Your Beach if you're going with Yuri. I think. I don't remember
couldn't
what
tell
it
you.
was. There's Amy Likes Spiders is her second one. Oh, no, yeah, she doesn't show us hers. Oh, yeah, right. She straight up just doesn't show it to us. Right, never mind. Yeah, the same happens with Yuri. Yeah, Yuri doesn't show you hers if you go with Natsuki. You all start somewhere, right? You're still proud of the first poem you ever wrote, then I'd like to read it. Painful to think about. Fine. Well, sorry. You'll get better anyway. I tell you what to improve, but you're better off just trying again. Fair enough. But each their own, I guess. Anyway, I guess I gotta share mine now. Knowing you probably think it's stupid. Okay, so skip. Okay, so then Yuri's gonna be like, I like this poem, so I have to actually read this. Fuck! As Yuri reads the poem, I notice her eyes lighten. Exceptional. Huh? What was that? Did I say that out loud? Yuri first covers her mouth, but then ends up covering her whole face. He's going to hate me. You really didn't do anything wrong, Yuri. I guess you're right. What am I getting so nervous for? Yuri takes a deep breath. So, what kind of writing experience do you have? Your use of imagery and metaphors indicates you've written a lot of poetry before. Really? Wow, huge compliment coming from you. Because I have none. I have no experience at all. Thank you for the Prime sub. Pizza Hut
Still trying to
V2.
catch up. Wait.
It was actually my first time, really. Huh. He stares at me blankly and looks at my poem again. Well, I know that. I just meant, Yuri trails off, unable to find an excuse. Shears her fingers along the words in the poem as if breaking it down more thoroughly. Yeah. Okay. This is the reason I was able to tell. It's just there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers. And having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most noticeable thing I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to make a writing style separate from the topic matter and they form fit the two together. The end result is that, okay, this is different. Whee! Yeah, but I know there's the point system. I know, like, every word doesn't give just 1 point to the character. I know every character. I know there's every word, like, goes opposite, yeah. I know there's a point system, but overall, if you just want to look at it from a simplicity standpoint, if you go down Yuri's route, no matter how much points you get for Natsuki, if you get enough to make a Yuri poem, make a poem for Yuri, Natsuki's not going to show you her third poem. And if you make enough to go down Natsuki's route every time, Yuri isn't going to show you her third poem.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's obviously some technical reasoning as to why too. But yeah, basically there's that. It's nothing, really. Yours is impressive too, so... Nah. If anything, I could probably learn a thing or two from you. You think so? Yeah, of course. You know, I was really nervous about doing all this. But in the end, I enjoyed it. I'm going to keep doing my best for you, Zero. Me too. And Monika doesn't get points. What do you mean Monika doesn't get points? I made the perfect Monika poem in Act 3. What are you guys talking about? What?
Oh, I'm trying to skip through my shit. Okay, there we go. Or I'm at the same spot as you now.
Did you want to read this?
Yeah. Great job, Zero. I was going ooh in my head while reading it. It's really metaphorical. I'm not sure why, but I didn't expect you to go for something so deep. I guess I underestimated you.
It's easiest for me to keep everyone's expectations low. That way, it always counts when I put in some effort.
That's not very fair. Well, I guess it worked anyway. You know that Yuri likes this kind of writing, right? Writing that's full of imagery and symbolism? Unlike Sayori, who likes using simple and direct words to describe happiness and sadness. Yuri likes it when readers are left to derive their own meaning out of it. Very challenging to write like that effectively. Both allowing people to get something out of it just by feel, or letting them deeply analyze all the nuances. It can take years of practice, which I'm assuming Yuri has at this point. I never really asked, though.
I'm sure I'm nowhere near her level yet.
Don't worry so much about that. You do your own thing. Just keep exploring and learn by trying new things.
I'm sure I'll end up trying different things a lot. And we.
Hold on, I'm skipping mine.
Oh wait, hold up. We have to skip this every time. For some reason, the game doesn't. Yeah, no, this is
Oh yeah,
the same.
mine was able to skip all the way to the end. Okay, let me hit series.
Oh no,
now.
I can't every time on that. Okay, and then
That's weird.
all
I
of
could
this
for
is
me.
all of this is the same. This is their fight. I guess I could click Yuri this time. I never sided with Yuri, so.
Okay.
Natsuki, you're right that I liked your poem. See? Wait! That's not an excuse for you to be so mean. You shouldn't pick a fight just because someone's opinion is different. That's not what happened at all! Yuri wouldn't even take my poem seriously. I understand. Yuri? You're a seriously talented writer. No secret that I was impressed.
Well, that's...
But here's the thing. No matter how simple or refined someone's writing style is, you're still putting feelings into it, and it becomes something really personal. That's why Natsuki felt threatened when you said her poem was cute.
I see. I didn't notice that I'm sorry.
But Natsuki, you took it way too far. Yuri means well, and if you just told her how you felt, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. Are you kidding? That's exactly what I did. It was her that...
Natsuki, I think that's enough. You both said some things that you didn't mean. Yuri apologized. Don't you think you should too?
Natsuki clenches her fists. In the end, nobody's taken her side.
I'll be right back.
She's trapped, at this point being defiant only because she can't handle the pressure. End up even feeling bad for her.
Sometimes when I'm hurt, it helps to take a walk and clear my head.
Sayori, she doesn't need to...
You know what? I'm going to do that.
Spare me from having to look at all your faces right now. Without warning, Natsuki snatches her own poem up from the desk and storms out. On her way out, she crumples up the poem with her hands and throws it in the trash.
Natsuki. She really didn't need to do that.
I look across the room. Yuri has her chin buried in her hands while she stares down at her desk. I gingerly approach her and sit in an adjacent chair. Everything alright?
I'm so embarrassed. I can't believe I acted like that. You probably hate me now.
No, Yuri. How could anyone not have gotten frustrated after being treated like that? You handled it as well as anyone could. I don't think any less of you.
Well, alright. I believe you. Thanks, Zero. You're too kind. I'm thankful to have you a part of this club now.
It's nothing.
One more thing. That one thing that Natsuki said? About, you know, I would never do anything so shameful. So...
Eh? What thing did Natsuki say?
Well, never mind that. I'm going to make some tea.
Ah, good idea. Make enough for more than one person, okay?
Yeah.
Alright. Also, thank you for the $22.22, Dragon. Dragon PvP 5. Just got done binging Keep It Reality, so here's $22.22. Thanks. I hope you enjoyed that mod. I appreciate the donation, bro. Dun, 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 dun. Alright. I'm gonna make another Yuri poem, right? Alright, it doesn't matter if this is fucking perfect or not. I just need to make a Yuri poem. Which is looking a lot like a Sayori poem right now. Oh, hold up. There we go. No, Sayori, stop! Okay. It's definitely Yuri now. Yeah, it's Yuri. Yeah, there's no way. I don't think Sayori has enough. No! No! It's Yuri! Yeah, okay, it's definitely Yuri. It's enough to be Yuri. Alright. MC's either being really polite, or pretending he didn't hear anything, or dense as fuck. Being very polite by pretending he didn't hear anything, or just dense as fuck. I think he's being polite, yeah. I think he was being polite. I think he quite obviously heard what Natsuki said. I think he's just being polite as to not bring it up. Ugh. Alright, so yeah, this is basically the exact same as Act 2. The only difference is she doesn't try to touch me after I give her chocolate. It's like, okay, no, it's like slightly different. Uh-oh. Well. A little slightly different. I don't think it matters too much. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter too much. Doesn't matter enough. I just heard about DDLC Plus yesterday. I really need to keep up with news. Oof. I mean, if you don't want to spoil it, if you're just here for like, you just want to see the new content, then you can go look at the side stories that are uploaded on my channel, because we're about to continue those soon, which is like the only new content in DDLC Plus. I've uploaded 3 other side stories on the channel already, because this stream we're about to go do the rest of them. Because I think now I have the rest of them, right? Yep, self-love. Of course, Natsuki and Yuri's is the final one. Well, not the final one. I've apparently heard there's a 7th side story if you do all of them. I don't know what it is, but I just hear there's a 7th one. So I'm like, I'm assuming it's probably like an epilogue. I'm assuming. Just like a finale. Yeah, I got balance, reflection, and self-love. Oh, self-love. Okay, so now that we got perfect Yuri, we've unlocked... Did we unlock some special Yuri thing? Some Yuri art, maybe? Oh, we've unlocked, yeah, we unlocked the first sketch of the Yuri CG. Oh, look at that. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. It's a masterpiece. It's beautiful. 100%ing this game is going to be a pain in the ass, specifically for this part. This part right here is the reason why 100%ing DDLC Plus is actually probably the worst thing ever. Because to get the secret poems, you have to be in Act 2. And you don't even know what secret poem you're going to get. And you're probably going to be getting the same secret poems. So, yeah, it's not fun. So, I don't know if I'm going to get all of the secret poems on stream. I don't think you get anything for 100%ing the game either. Like, do you get anything? Because you don't get anything you don't get any pictures, any more art for getting the special poems, unless you do. The only thing I think of is an achievement.
Where did you stop? Ugh.
I just skipped through all of Yuri's second poem sharing, and then I showed Yuri my second poem, so we got her second CG, and then I just saved at her poem sharing thing. So now we have 2 saves. One should be full Natsuki, and one should be full Yuri.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like the secret poems thing is a pain in the ass, and it's like I don't even know if it's worth it, because the only things I want to unlock that I care about is like the sketches, promo art, and like the CGs. So I'm like, does getting the secret poems even get me these? I think you need 100% for some secrets. Do you actually? I feel like the only thing 100% gives you is the breakthrough achievement, which is get 100% data collection. Okay, so we have every side story. Do we want to just sit down and play these, or?
Yeah, just let me get to the end here where you stopped.
That's what I'm saying. I was like, we technically have every side story available now.
You stopped at before you shared with Yuri?
Yeah, before we even did poem share. We already read with Yuri, so we got the Act 2 CG.
Okay.
And before we did any poem sharing, I saved there. Sketches are easy, just do the secret stuff you would do in the base game. That's what I'm like, I'm just hoping none of the things are... like... So far, the sketches have just really been like, yeah, in Act 1, try to choose Monika or Sayori for help during the weekend. Perfect poems. See, the sketches, though, something was male. Some of this is also just by getting the files. So that's also something I do want to do is open up every file. Which will just probably have me changing data and time, so. Which, speaking of which, actually, I wonder. Time for me to test this real quick. Time for me to change my fate.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Changing fate. Let's see something. So, like, what if I change the time on my computer, like, right now, bro? What if I was like, bro, it's actually 6 o'clock? Oh, it does update. Oh, nice.
Okay.
Oh, hell yeah. You don't have to fucking...
Oh, you have the same time zone as me now.
Bro, that nice. Okay, I can just open up all these files real quick. Let's do that real quick right now, then.
Yeah.
You can just change all these files. Nice. Thank you,
I
DDLC
accidentally went
Plus.
further.
Cool.
I
Okay.
clicked on Sayori.
So,
I'll
let's
save
go
right
to
now.
files. Let's go to this first one. Let's go to 404.
Dude, wait, I don't think I've saved the full Natsuki one.
DDLC.text.
Oh, did
So, set this time. This is for 12:55. So, let's just.
I think I did. I think I got it all.
Going back in time. I just hope this doesn't fuck up my Discord messages.
It might.
It's good. Oh no.
Fine.
There we go.
What?
Can't escape
What's
from
this?
crossing fate. Okay. So, DDLC on text. Doki Doki Literature Club. Welcome to the rebellion. We're all working our asses off with our jobs on the line, so we might as well have some fun with it too, right? I totally get why Paulo wants to rush into data collection. My proposal is to shift our efforts a little and build out some new features making a real-time connection to the VM more useful and fun. We're basically simulating a miniature universe, and it's kind of a waste to not be able to spend some quality time in there, right? But actually, I think wrapping this whole thing in the guise of a video game is a great and hilarious way of covering our tracks. There you go. Yeah, basically explaining, yeah. And if we do a good enough job, maybe we'll be able to present to the Paulo to a useful endeavor. Key selling points. 5 to 6 hours of misery, dread, then cute girls. Learn through the existential crisis of others how to cope with your own simulated universes. Witness the destruction of a universe over and over in a video game form. Okay, so they knew that giving Monika awareness, they didn't know what was gonna happen, but they knew that something bad was gonna happen by giving her the awareness of by giving her the epiphany.
It's a little bit of a given. It's like, oh, something bad's gonna
they're
happen.
like, something's gonna happen, but we're not sure what it's gonna be. But it's definitely gonna be like a existential crisis. This is going to be absolutely amazing. And no, the irony isn't lost on me. Creating a secret team and then a secret team is more meta than I signed up for. And that's saying something, considering we literally work for Metaverse Enterprise Solutions. We come up with a fake game studio name and everything too. Obviously no plans to go public with this, and it would be a good part of the whole disguise. Plus, I want a cool team name that makes us feel like a bunch of superheroes saving the world. Something, or saving the universe. Kidding, but really saving our jobs. Something like Team Salvation. What? Is that what Team Salvato stands for? Team Salvation.
This is when Dan reveals that his name was never Dan and that it was actually like...
Oh god, my fucking... Streamlabs, since I changed the computer time, Streamlabs thing is like, Zero, you've been streaming for -6 hours.
Uh-oh.
My stream, I'm not gonna know how long I'm streaming unless I open it up on Twitch. Oh god.
It's okay. People can Slash. It's slash
Yeah,
uptime for you.
uptime is the only way I'm gonna be able to figure that shit out now.
It's okay. -6 hours. That's
Oh
pretty
wait,
good.
why isn't uptime working? Does Sayori not? I'm pretty sure I gave Sayori the command uptime. It's not working though.
It thinks you're not streaming.
Maybe doing this killed the Sayori bot too. Well, let me try something. Yeah, this like killed Sayori bot.
Oh my god.
Cause like she's not even giving notifications. It's okay. We got the bottom of the Twitch. There's a time on the thing.
Okay.
The bottom of Twitch shows it. Not like you really need uptime.
Uptime's mostly for mobile people.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, basically. So yeah. So again, we were correct. They're like we basically simulated a miniature universe. It's basically made an entire universe.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, we were correct about that. Okay, so now we need to go to 158 for 030. 030 will give us meeting notes 3. Okay. I need to like put these in order. So actually I don't want to go here yet. Can I get like all the which one's meeting notes? Like where's the start of the meeting notes? Because we read meeting notes 2.
Is there like a website that shows all the hidden file codes?
No,
Something?
Fox sent me them, remember? Why does everyone
yeah.
forget this?
I don't know.
Oh wait, no, 240 is the time. I'm dumb. Bro, that's the project plan. Oh yeah, I should probably view Paul's project plan. That's an achievement.
It was made in 2021.
It was. What the fuck?
It was made today, apparently. That's a little weird.
The only ones that have different times, I'm pretty sure, are the emails.
Oh, okay.
What? Oh, wait.
What?
It's 240. I keep using the wrong... My gosh. Okay. Here we go.
There you go.
Hey, stonks. I got the achievement, stonks. Project plan. Okay, so this is the entire plan of why they're doing this.
Okay.
Create a human-readable version of Fabric benchmark results, suggesting we live in a simulated universe. That's basically why they're doing this. They're making this entire thing to see if they live in a simulated universe. Emulate Fabric benchmark results in a virtualized environment. Build parameters for genetic iterations. Custom elevated access levels for one or more entities. Iterate until simulation is stable to target time threshold. This is our small-scale simulated universe. Observe effects of elevated access / knowledge of simulation. Collect record data. Pitch findings to upper management as profitable venture. Note, do not go through Barry. Go straight to upper management. Get promoted. Job saved. Yeah, VM1 is our current project. That's DDLC. VM2, future project. I think that's Project Libitina. VM1 details.
It's a medium scale simulation.
VM1 details. Literature equals production of text assets. Easy data collection. 4 entities, characters, small physical space, efficient for server and genetic iterations, highly elevated access permission creates very stable connection, window for data collection in exchange for less realistic simulated scenarios. Yeah, I do think it's kind of funny that basically this corporation thinks of Monika and the others the way that Monika thought of the other girls. Yeah, basically. Monika thought of them as just characters, and then they think of them as just characters. When in reality, they're all the same. Yeah. Well, to be fair, though, I think... I don't know. It's like they're probably sitting here just using them as test subjects. But to be fair, I think, didn't one of the males, like, I don't know. I didn't get male. We'll see what happens. What's this one? 430. At 1, 2, 3. Krakow 6 name ideas. Not a game. Control simulation. Track 06 name ideas. Work together. Discussion time. Debate time. Brainstorm. Listen up. Teamwork time. Let's discuss. Let's teamwork. I'll handle it. Leader. Take the lead. Isn't Track 06 okay, everyone?
don't know.
I feel like track 06 is okay, everyone. Oh, it's Poem Panic.
Yeah.
What the fuck? Track 06 is Poem Panic. Yeah, what the fuck? What the fuck are they talking about?
I don't
They're
know.
just. It sounds like they were trying to go with okay, everyone, though, because they're saying a bunch of things like, how do we start up the. Control simulation track 06. Oh. Oh, so it might be from the side stories then.
Yeah.
Might be one of them from the side stories. Okay. Yeah, we already read MES. Did we read? That's meeting notes 2. We read that. Those 2 are the ones we got, and then we didn't get 030. This is meeting notes 3. Where's meeting notes 1?
I don't know.
Does that not exist? There might not be a meeting notes 1. Oh. That's weird, I guess. I guess we'll look at meeting notes 3. It's in the normal files? What? It is?
It is? Where?
Oh, there it is.
There it is. Did we read that? No.
It's in the backup. Updated development timeline. New tasks. Test case for new genetic model. Server time optimization data. Automatic data collection. Data migration encrypted file share Monday. VM2 roadblocks. Road on VM2. Everyone else on VM1 for data collection. Okay, it's basically saying that VM2 has had some roadblocks. Yeah, Dan. VM2 had some roadblocks, huh? VM2 sure did have some roadblocks, huh? Dan's just using this as a meta way to tell us why Project Limatina is still being worked on. Ideas for search types, visual renders, audio data, VM environment changes, persistent variable tampering, timestamps, parsing through thought patterns. No, excessive server time needed. Meeting over time. You know who went on too many tangents again. Be more assertive about staying focused. Okay.
Now we can go to 3.
Didn't really learn much there, I don't think. All right, so now 3 was 030, which is at. Dan really be out here making people mess with their fucking times. No, Dan, he knows damn well no one's gonna wait. It's 1:58. Ooh. Control simulation. Progress. Idea. Snapshot slightly earlier in time. Compare end of control sim to start. Compare the end of the control sim to the start of VM1. Better comparison than both being parallel. Mature control sim versus reference VM1. Easier to detect failures to hide elevated access permissions. Fifth entity in VM1. Not part of original genetic model. Not present in data dumps. Very bizarre. I was less talkative today. Meeting ending on time. 12:55 OMG. Fifth entity. Said fifth entity in VM1, not part of the original genetic model. VM1 is DDLC, we knew that. Is it MC? Wait,
Maybe?
does that mean they mentioned about a remember the other one where they talked about that Monika it was the mail. Remember the mail? Wait, I can go back to the mail. Remember the mail we got about the character discrepancy?
Yeah.
Where they said that it's evident that a certain character is missing from any mention or appearance. They expected that Monika's meddling is clumsy because she would have to manufacture this character herself as a way of forcing interaction between her and the user. So Monika created MC?
I was gonna suggest that because she needed a way to like talk to someone out in the real world, I guess. I don't know.
Monika created MC, yeah.
The MC, yeah, is like a creation by Monika.
Yeah, they Monika created MC by this then. So I was like, she created MC, like they said, it's like she created MC as a way of forcing interaction between her and the user. Cause yeah, originally
Yeah.
I think, cause look at the side stories. The side stories are what they wanted it to be. Because they're
Yeah, they're in third person.
yeah, they're what they wanted it to be. Yeah, because remember this mail. It says, just to clarify, all the recordings labeled side stories are part of the controlled simulation, right? I'm noticing some details of the characters' lives here and there that differ a little bit from those in VM1, even trivial ones. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, it's like, it's like the side stories are the controlled simulation they got. Because thanks to everyone who works so hard on the control simulation, can't imagine how tedious it must have been to delicately hide Monika's permissions from her without disrupting our connection to the VM. So yeah, again, the side stories, Monika has permissions in the side story. She just doesn't know that she has them. So their original plan was when they made VM1 basically being DDLC, MC didn't exist. They didn't create him. The MC wasn't a thing. They created it to be like the side stories, where it was just gonna be them in their world. But because Monika had an epiphany, she created the Steam page and stuff for DDLC and was like, come on, it's a game. So she created MC to give the player a way to play the game.
A way to communicate.
A way to communicate. Yeah, the way to communicate with her easier with the MC.
Yeah.
Sayori did mention her friend in the side story. That is correct.
She could have taken that. Actually, no. That's. I was gonna say she could have taken that information and then used it, but.
See, I was about to say she could have, because the funny thing here though is that it's like Sayori mentioned her friend. That's true, but there's also other people in the side stories, as we clearly see. Yeah. Like, for example, in Natsuki's, with Natsuki's and Monika, Natsuki's friends are characters there. So Sayori could just have a friend in that universe. Because I remember, the side stories are these are entire universes they created. So Sayori can still have a friend.
Yeah.
And exactly, just like Diablo said, yeah, she mentioned him, but not by name. Yeah, Monika might have constructed MC from that mention.
Yeah.
Because remember, only thing Monika knows about MC is that he's not interested in literature from Sayori's, like, thing with that. So that's why MC basically has no character, and the only thing about him is that he doesn't like literature.
Isn't it also interesting how, when MC meets Monika for the first time, they've already known each other?
They've already known each other for so long, yeah.
Trying to get him, like, more comfortable with talking to her so she can get to the player easier.
Yeah. Monika made MC based off Sayori's friend that she mentioned.
Yeah.
Okay. Makes sense.
Fucking weird.
Interesting.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it didn't even work to give her a route. Yeah, yet she still didn't have a route in that. I mean, I don't know. So then, because yeah, I'm assuming the routes were just supposed to be. So then, how did the routes get created? Huh. Okay, hold up. Is there anything we haven't gotten yet? We opened up 404.
I don't know if you opened the file in there.
We did. That's
did.
DDLC. Then there was 030. That was the meeting notes, if I recall right. Yeah. And then I'm pretty sure you have to open up all these for 100% data completion too. You have to open them all like at least once. Track 06, name ideas. Okay, I think we've opened every single one. We've gotten every single one that's available here.
Okay.
Because I remember we opened MES a long time ago. Yeah, and meeting notes too. We opened a long time ago. Okay, yes, we've opened every single one. So I can set my time back to normal.
Okay, there we go. I'll just do the.
Oh, there's Sayori. Sayori's working again. Oh God.
There she is.
Sayori bot's working again. She's listening to everyone's uptimes. Oh God, there she is.
She like just activated as you set your time back.
Oh God, there she is.
God. She's okay now.
Is she okay now? Yeah, she is okay now. Now she's working.
She had tape over her mouth for a couple minutes.
No. Oh, no. Wait, what the hell? Note insecure directory. There's a scratch disk. Now use the store permanent things you need. Okay, right. If you need access, yeah, do not copy them here. Okay. So yeah, I think we basically learned all we could learn from these.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, my stream time got back to normal, too. My Streamlabs time went back to normal. I've been streaming for an hour and 60 minutes. Nice. Everything went back to normal. All right.
Did your Discord go back to normal?
I didn't look at any other I didn't look at any messages.
Okay.
I didn't load messages, so they should be fine. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they should be fine because I didn't load anybody's messages. Okay, so I guess we solved this game. So now we can just play the side stories. There we go. We solved the hidden lore.
Solved the game.
Yeah, we basically solved the hidden lore, I think.
Yeah.
We did it, Reddit. Reddit, we did it. I guess to just give a cohesive thing. I guess it's like a cohesive thing. Let's do some music going.
Cohesive.
Hmm?
Cohesive.
Why are you saying cohesive a lot?
Because you kept saying cohesive.
Like, I guess like it's like the fucking, like, I guess the story is basically that a team shows up, they create a bunch of universes. A team shows up and they want to prove that they live in a simulation. So to prove it, they make their own controlled simulation to prove that the world they live in is a simulation. So they create Doki Doki Literature Club, the regular game, the base game. And so they run a bunch of tests, some including things like giving a character in elevated permissions, being Monika, to be able to control, basically she can control the universe that she's in, and also they make her aware of the universe she's in to see what happens with that. So, that, you know, and then they also sell this as a video game for people to play as a way to make profit.
Yep. And then everyone's like, what the fuck is happening?
However, it's now a part of me wonders, so now I think they sold the video game after Monika created DDLC. I mean, after Monika created the MC. Because you know that Monika apparently created a character. That character, it seems to be MC, because they mention how there's this character who doesn't really have much personality to him, and they talk about how Monika is using him as a way to communicate with the user. So I'm pretty sure that Monika is created the MC as that, and then once they saw that he was a thing and they started playing it, they were like, shit, this is actually kind of like a game. And remember, that one guy said, I think it's smart to sell this as a game, and he's like, we're a small team within a team. So a smaller team sold it as a game. Team Salvation is a small team within MES, and they're the people who sold this as a game. But originally, it wasn't supposed to be a game. It's just a controlled simulation. But a small team inside of it, known as Team Salvation, sold it as a game. To make a profit. I'm assuming, like I said, they saw probably that after Monika added the MC, they probably saw this kind of seemed like a dating simulator. So they were like, what could go wrong? So, so they sold it as a game, and then, you know, things did not go right. Yeah. So then, after they saw Monika tampering with the game, basically they underestimated Monika tampering with the game.
She's not gonna fuck with anything that bad. Oh yeah, she does.
They underestimated Monika's tampering with the game. So then they created another control simulation, that being the side stories. The side stories are what they want them to be, or the side stories are what they wanted it to be. So in order to make it normal, they keep Monika's elevated permissions, because for some reason they can't take them out. They can't get rid of Monika's permissions for some reason. They never explained it in the notepads, but they said they couldn't for some reason. But what their plan was to basically just let her not know that she has it. So that's why in the side stories, Monika doesn't know that she has power over the entire universe. But she does have that.
Yeah.
So that's why the side stories are basically going the way they wanted it to go. That's what the side stories are. They're the VM going the way it should go.
Yeah.
So in a way, Monika from the side stories and Monika from DDLC are slightly different people, just because one's aware and one isn't.
Yeah.
But both have the exact same power.
It's a copy of her, but one of them is aware.
Yeah.
One of them isn't.
And again, you can also see their differences, because look at, for example, Monika in the base game gives no respect to Natsuki. She moves her fucking manga because she's like, in her head, Natsuki isn't real. Natsuki's just a character. She's gonna do what she wants. She doesn't want to have to listen to Natsuki and move her manga down.
Yeah.
She's like, I don't want to do that. So, but in the side story, she doesn't know that Natsuki is real. Natsuki's a person to her. So she's like, oh no, you know, like, that's where she actually gives mutual respect to her.
That's why she cares when she sees Natsuki getting bullied.
Yeah. It's like, but in the
If
actual
if that was other Monika, she'd be like, fucking who cares, bro?
yeah. But even then, it is still proven it is still confirmed though, not to make it sound like the base Monika doesn't care about them at all. She still does care, as we know, because she still didn't want to delete them. She still does care. She just doesn't care as much as side story Monika does.
Yeah.
It's like she cares, just not as much.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's all it really is. So, and then, yeah, that's basically it. The side stories are what they wanted this controlled simulation to be. And apparently the next VM that they're working on, next virtual machine, is Project Libitina.
Which is apparently bigger.
Yeah, apparently
Yes.
according to things said like medium or something, yeah.
It said medium-sized simulation, and then DDLC was the small-sized simulation.
So yeah, I guess it's side stories time.
Side stories time. Balance.
Balance between Natsuki and Sayori.
Natsuki and Sayori.
Natsuki! While Natsuki is messing with the orientation of her manga in the closet shelves, Claire approaches behind and pulls her into an embrace. What? Hi. Hi. Which has been in full swing since Natsuki joined. Including her, the club is now comprised of 4 members. Sayori, Natsuki, Yuri, and Monika. Each club member received a day in the spotlight to share all of their favorite kinds of literature with each other. Natsuki was first and shared her passion for manga. And Sayori shared her love for poetry, as well as how she goes about writing it herself. Monika, who has multiple literary interests, decided to focus her day on short stories. And finally, Yuri managed to demonstrate her obsession with fantasy with a little help and encouragement from Sayori. After the week was spent on their presentations, Monika decided to give the club members this next week to freely explore each other's literary interests. Sayori, having spent most of her time in the club so far at Yuri's fantasy books, is rather excited to begin her journey into Natsuki's manga collection. I want to read with you today. Tell me which one I should pick. Well, that depends on the kind of stuff you like. I mean, there's like romance, drama, comedy, mystery. I like all of those things. Bear reaches out and pulls a random book from the shelf and inspects the cover. Shouldn't this girl be wearing more clothes? You wouldn't like that one! In a panic, Natsuki snatches the book from Sayori's hand. There are places on the shelf in a less conspicuous location. Natsuki! Is it?
Natsuki?
People only made jokes about Natsuki having hentai manga. Oh no.
Doesn't she write fan fiction in this
She
too?
does. She does. I
She's
was like,
some weird, like...
she's
like,
an actual
some
weeb.
secrets.
She's a
Yeah.
full-on, she's a... Natsuki!
She goes on fanfiction.net, bro.
In the club, Natsuki.
Why did you bring that, Natsuki?
You know Sayori's here. How dare you?
How dare you?
We're not the perv. She is.
She kind of is.
Okay, well, if you really have no preference, let's just start with something that's easy to get into. All these don't start to get really good until like a few volumes in, and I wouldn't ask someone to make that kind of commitment unless they're already really into manga. You know what's something I'm also noticing about Natsuki in this?
What?
She isn't as much as a Soon.
Not that much, yeah.
Actually, like, kind of open. Like, likable. Like, she's just a little hot-headed, but like, she isn't like constantly yelling or something, you know?
Yeah.
I could handle it. I did it with Yuri's book, at least. Well, I'm more considerate than that. Although I'm kind of impressed by your attention span. You put that much effort into her books. No, I have the attention span of a donut. But I love my friends, and I can do anything if it's for them. Well, okay then. Let's make you something that even donuts can read. I didn't say I was a donut. I just had the attention span of one.
Aw, were you just trying to call me sweet? You're so cute. No! How did you get to that conclusion? And don't call me that. A donut? Cute. Aw, how come? I just don't like it. I don't need a reason.
Yanks a book from the shelf and then closes the closet doors.
Someone asks you to stop, you just need to stop. You need to realize that. I'm sorry. I didn't really mean to hurt you. Ah, sorry. It wasn't you.
She shakes her head while pulling a second chair over to her desk.
I was talking about something else. I didn't mean to get angry all of a sudden.
That's a very quick turnaround for, like, Natsuki. That's what I'm saying. It's like she's not that much of a soon in this.
Yeah.
For a while, side story Dokis? Best Dokis? Like, damn, bro. Natsuki averts her gaze and mumbles.
You're like, well, like, a nice person, so I wasn't talking about you. I still learned a valuable lesson.
Yuri speaks softly as well, feeling shy after receiving the unexpected compliment.
Well, anyway, here's the books. Just start it whenever you feel like it. What's it about? Well, it's like a comedy, and there's romance too, obviously.
Bro, she giving him a rom-com? I think the reason why a lot of people like the side story Dokis is like, because this is how we imagine them, and this is how most people write them in mods.
Yeah.
Because most people are like, if the story were to continue, they're like, well, this is how I think their personalities would be. And it's like, this is exactly how their personalities, like, most people were pretty correct with how they would interact and how they would, so it's like, it's kind of, I think that's why most people love the side stories, because it's like, yes, this is how they would be.
Mm-hmm.
And you think they're just, you know, likable. They're all likable.
Yeah.
Here, looks at the title. It's called Love is Another Word for Luck.
It's about a girl who keeps accidentally running into the same guys, and then you find out, like, well, you should just read it. You have to tell me what you think. I can already guess who you're gonna ship yourself with. It would be so funny if I'm right. Ship? I don't get it. Never mind, let's not worry about that yet. Just make sure you tell me what you think. Oh, okay. I'll start then. Hey, maybe tomorrow we can do poetry too. Oh, yeah, I guess. But don't you want to finish this first? Yeah, but we could do both. I mean, unless you don't like poetry. I don't want to make you or anything. No, it's just... Well, never mind. We can worry about it tomorrow.
Long manga title names. I feel vindicated. Of course you do, Diablo. After the club meeting ends and Natsuki and Yuri leave, Monika strikes up a conversation with Sayori.
I see you got Natsuki to share some of her manga with you.
I really want to become better friends with her. She's so enthusiastic and expressive. I could just listen to her talk. She's so cute. I'm not sure if she meant I can't say that to her, or if I just can't say that at all.
Say what?
Nothing! I'm a woman of respect! But Natsuki is a woman of cute. Oh, I said it.
What's so bad about that?
I don't know. But you know, there's one thing I'm kind of worried about. Sometimes I'm afraid that Natsuki actually doesn't like me very much.
Aw, that's ridiculous. How come you feel that way?
Well, I mean, there's little signs, like how she only says hi to me after I say hi to her first. And it feels like she only gets excited to talk to me when it's about manga and other stuff she likes. She just seems dismissive a lot. It was like that when I brought up poetry.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean she doesn't like you. She's probably just shy, you know?
Maybe. My stupid head is just making me worry for no reason. It likes to do that.
It's okay. Try not to worry so much. Everything will be great. But you can always talk to me about any concerns that you have. I'm here to help.
You're the best.
She is. Alright, so actually, let me say this now. My favorite Doki list is looking pretty it's... Okay, my favorite Doki list for the side story so far has been... Monika's still first. She's still my favorite one.
Second place is a 3-way tie. There's a problem here.
They're all great.
Like, maybe Sayori. I might like Sayori slightly better than Natsuki and Yuri. Sayori
They're
might be
giving
second
Sayori-
for the side stories.
They're giving Sayori a personality now.
Like, I love how Sayori acts. Like Sayori actually getting more screen. Like, Sayori actually... Because even before, even in the base game, she was just kind of a klutz. And then she was sad. Like, that's literally all it was. She was a klutz, and then she was sad. This Sayori, she still has depression, but, like, you can see how much she wants to keep her friends happy. And you can see how much, like, how hard she tries to, like, help them and stuff. And it's like, she even says, and obviously, you know, she's still clumsy and dumb, but, like, she's still airheaded, but it's like, yeah, she has actually, like, it's pretty good. So it's like, Sayori might be second. I think Yuri and Natsuki are tied for third. I don't know who I like more yet.
Okay.
It's like, for me, Yuri and Natsuki are tied. They're definitely tied for third for me, because I'm not entirely sure who I like more yet. Maybe I gotta play more of these to fully give you my opinion, but so far, it's Monika still first, Sayori's second, and they're both tied.
I feel like for me, it goes Monika, Sayori, Yuri, Natsuki for these.
Yeah,
I like Yuri more.
I have to see more just to like really get my opinion of the other two, but yeah, so far, that's what it's looking like. Zero liking Yuri in the side stories is hell freezing over. No, more like just seeing more of them. Like when you don't have to focus on the game, like freaking out and having to see them like freak out and shit. It's like you actually get to learn more about them and they're actually more interesting. You get to give them more interactions. Yuri gives Monika a quick hug. Well, I'm gonna keep trying because I love her and I want to get closer to her.
You got this.
Sayori's really quick to say that she loves people.
She loves everybody.
Sayori loves her. The shippers are just like, what? She loves her? I don't know. What does it mean?
Miss Hodge said she loved Yuri before.
Shippers learning that people can love platonically. What?
You mean
Platonic
word
love?
Yeah.
It doesn't exist. After the next club meeting starts, Sayori's the last one in as usual. Striding into the room, she sees Natsuki sitting alone by the closet, reading what must be manga. Without hesitation, Sayori pulls up a chair and plops herself down right next to Natsuki. Hello there! Hi. What you reading? Can I read it with you? Natsuki pulls the book away from Sayori. You can't just start in the middle. There are spoilers. Besides, not the one I gave you yesterday. Sorry, I was just curious. Well, anyway, I've been waiting forever for this volume to come out, and it just came out yesterday, so... Ooh, that's exciting. Well, I'll let you read it then. Mm-hmm. Can I sit next to you, though? Sure. Yuri plops herself down next to Natsuki, and pulls out a blank sheet of paper. Natsuki reads in silence, save for the periodic flutter of a page being released from beneath her thumb. Sayori sighed, only the light tapping noises of her pen meeting the paper can be heard. Time passes. Yuri's paper is filled with scribbles, and the margins are lined with stick figures. Natsuki lets out a deep sigh and closes her book. Did you finish? No, but it's a good stopping point. My head is swimming. I need a break. Natsuki stretches her arms. Aren't you bored? No, I was writing. Oh, I saw the stick figures and thought you were just bored. I just draw those when I'm thinking or waiting for inspiration. I made friends with them all. What? This one is sad because she thinks the night sky is pretty, but she can't look up at the stars in public with everyone thinking she's a weirdo. And this one has problems with his back, but the doctors can't figure out what's wrong with him.
Sayori is really the person who draws people on her fingers and says, the gang's all here.
And then, but doesn't cry.
Yeah.
She just smiles.
She's happy about it.
Yeah, she's happy about it. She's like, what are you doing, Mr. Pinky?
And then she washes her hands, and then she's like, no, I killed them!
No! Monika washes her hands with a rag. Like, Sayori, I told you to stop drawing faces on your fingers. She's like, no! You're killing them!
You're killing them.
That's like, she hides it from Monika.
She always like walks out the club with her hands in her
I'll
pocket.
protect you today.
Monika's like, Sayori, what are you doing?
Nothing. Why is your hand in your pocket? It's never in your pocket.
Never.
What the heck? You're the weirdo. Want to read the poem I'm working on? Sure, I guess.
Sayori slides the paper over to Natsuki. As Natsuki reads the poem, she furrows her eyebrows. Slides the paper back over to Sayori.
Does you ever feel weird just sharing all of your thoughts and feelings like that? I mean, your poems are like really emotional. Is that bad? Well, no. It's just an observation. I think people can get closer to each other if they find ways of expressing their feelings. Well,
Natsuki begins to protest, but she can't find a good way of putting her thoughts into words.
doesn't that depend more on the kinds of friends you have? I don't know. Each their own, but I've never met anyone I'd feel comfortable sharing my poems with. Not that it's you, it's just how I am. So, you write poems? You never told me that. I thought you wrote other stuff. Yeah, that too, but you should. I mean, would you ever want to share? Like I said, I don't do that. But, can we talk about something else? I'm sorry. It's not your fault. It just makes me uncomfortable. Can't help it. Still, I'm sorry. It's fine. Well, let's move on to something that makes us both happy. I should continue the book you gave me, since I didn't get very far yet. Sure.
No. In the last side story, Natsuki only told us that she likes to write. She never told us what she writes. That's why Sayori just said, you never told me that. I just thought you wrote other stuff. All she said was that she likes to write.
Yeah.
No one knew what she liked writing.
Bro, she likes writing fanfiction, I'm telling you.
Yeah, I was about to say, she does like writing fanfiction. That one was confirmed. But she said she grew out of that, so I think it was something she used to do. I don't think she does it anymore.
Yeah.
Over the next few days, Sayori begins each club meeting by approaching Natsuki with unwavering enthusiasm.
It's Natsuki! Natsuki! Hi, Natsuki!
Why does this feel like I'm watching an episode of an anime?
I don't know.
There we go, guys. The DDLC anime can be based off the side stories.
No!
Easy.
I would love an anime of this.
At the end of one club meeting, Monika, who's become rather invested in Sayori's friendship mission, starts an inquis?
What? I could not tell you. Usually I know what they are, but I've never seen that word before.
Innocuous.
Innocuous. Oh, I've heard of that word. I just didn't know that's how it was spelled.
Oh, okay.
Starts an innocuous conversation with Natsuki while she packs up.
It's cool that you've been finding time to spend with Sayori. She was pretty excited for the chance to read manga with you.
Yeah.
I'm sure you've been enjoying the chance to share it too, right?
Or Monika, you could be speaking up.
Oh, am I quiet?
Yeah.
Sorry, let me put my mic down.
Yeah.
Do you want me to read this again? Oh, no, okay.
No, you could.
Yeah, mostly.
Natsuki glances over her shoulder, but doesn't reply further.
What's on your mind?
Nothing. I don't talk about people behind their backs.
Oh.
She falls silent, but she just fidgets instead of getting back to what she was doing, as though she wants to say more.
It's okay to show your feelings. It's different from talking about someone behind their back.
Bro, talking about someone behind their back is only like if you say things you're not gonna tell them to their face.
Yeah.
Like, and you're just talking shit about them. That's who you're talking behind their back.
Yeah.
Or like you have an opinion that you're like, it's better off they don't know this.
Yeah.
I guess. I just hate when people talk about me behind my back, so I'm better than to do it to others. Monika shares a bright smile.
You're really considerate.
Thanks, I guess. But it doesn't feel like it.
You can trust me.
Natsuki stands in silence for a moment, still fidgeting.
Just feel smothered sometimes. Not used to someone being like all over me right after we meet. I mean, it's fun to hang out with her, but I just have no control over the pace. I can't just meet someone and instantly become best friends with them and like share everything about myself. That's how it works.
It's not. I agree.
Yeah.
Just want to chill out sometimes.
Oh, I didn't realize that was happening.
It's fine. Why would you have?
I know, I just feel bad about it. I know Sayori, so I should have realized.
Monika navigates through a tinge of guilt, which has surfaced mainly due to her being the one who previously encouraged Sayori's behavior. By not knowing the situation, Monika can't help but feel a little responsible.
Do you want me to talk to her about it?
No, I wouldn't like that.
Well, I don't know, divert her into another club activity for you or something.
No way! Don't be so underhanded and mean.
Sorry, I didn't think that went through.
Besides, just because I complained about it doesn't mean I ask for someone to solve my problem for me.
True. I'm sorry. I guess I just instinctively wanted to try to solve problems, even if I haven't been invited to.
Very in character. That's what I was correct about that.
It's fine. I would talk to Sayori about it, but it would make things really weird between us. I feel like it would make her just constantly be afraid that she's bothering me. I don't know how to just keep things natural.
Well, I think if you do a good job expressing all your feelings, she would totally understand. Sayori really wants to be the best she can be for other people. I think she would actually be happy that you want to improve your friendship with her.
Maybe. Ugh, it just feels so dumb. Talking to someone how to be friends with them. It's just weird and not cool.
Monika shrugs.
It's the literature club.
As she mumbles through a stifled laugh.
It's not the cool club.
Hey!
Sorry, that just tickled me for some reason. Look, I know you're kind of in a tough spot, and that it's hard for you to really express yourself. But you've really demonstrated to me that you're great at self-reflection and critical thinking, even if it doesn't feel like it to you. I'll be right back.
Well, now I take over.
I think that's the most important part of being able to navigate through these things. So I believe that you'll find the right thing to do.
Well,
Natsuki instinctively starts to reject the compliment, but she can't find an excuse to do so.
thanks.
Natsuki gathers her things, then she finishes her thought in a mumble.
I'm still glad I joined the club, even if it's weird sometimes.
Monika smiles, but Natsuki turns her back and walks away before waiting for a reply. It was an unusual way for Natsuki to express her appreciation, but Monika knew what she meant. It made Monika feel like everything really was going to be okay. Aw.
Oh, I got mail!
We just got a letter. We just got a letter. We just got a letter. I wonder. We didn't get a letter. Why did it say we got a letter? We didn't get a letter. The game fucking glitched. It's from our friends. It went straight to spam. What the fuck happened? Hello? Does that happen sometimes? I'm upset. What the fuck? My letter! Give it back! I'm sad. Bro, now I need some balance. I'm actually upset. Where the fuck did my letter go? Okay, whatever. Let's just start the second one. Maybe it'll show up if we do the second one. It's lunchtime. Sayori usually buys her lunch, is making her way to the cafeteria like any other day. The clamor and bustle of the students is drowned by Sayori's impeccable skill of zoning out. However, her imagination is momentarily interrupted by the glimpse of a familiar pink-haired girl.
Hey, that's Natsuki! I never run into the other club members around the school.
I just noticed that every time they say like the cafeteria, the background they use is the corridor.
I never. I always thought that like Dan didn't get a cafeteria background. Also, why'd I turn to fucking Courage the dog there? Like fucking. I guess like Dan did not get a cafeteria background. He fucking gets 2 backgrounds. He gets a fucking vending machine and a fucking piano in the music room. But it's like there's 2 scenes that use the cafeteria thing, and he doesn't get a cafeteria background. Like, what are you doing, Dan? But see, let this be a lesson to people who like to mod the game. You don't need special backgrounds. Hello. I'm talking about how the fact that Dan, for the cafeteria, every time he's used the corridor. He's never, like, actually used the cafeteria background. Like, he's only used the corridor every time, and I'm just like, this is proof that you don't need specific backgrounds or things, as long as it makes sense a bit.
Oh, we're on the second part now?
Yeah. It said I got mail, but then it wasn't there. Fucking sucks.
What the hell?
I never run into the other club members out in the school. Natsuki! Sayori stands on her tiptoes and waves. Natsuki, who's busy walking and chatting with her friends, doesn't notice Sayori at first. And she glances over in Sayori's direction. Sayori waves enthusiastically. Oh no. Please don't blow her off. No.
Oh no.
Following her friends, Lex quickly ducks around the corner. No! That's not
Aw.
nice. Hey! He definitely saw me. Who does Sayori sit with at lunch?
I don't know.
I was like, I'm just gonna take an assumption and say she sits with Monika.
Yeah.
So we get told otherwise, because I'm like, where does Sayori sit? MC, I don't think MC goes to, oh no, he does go to their school, but they're still distant, aren't they? She might sit with MC. Actually, she might, who knows, maybe she just didn't ask him to join the club.
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe he still, because I mean, he still does go to the school, so.
Yeah.
Maybe she, yeah, visitor, so maybe she sits with MC. we know that Monika says she eats in her classroom. We don't know which classroom, but they said that Monika eats in her classroom.
Okay.
I remember we learned that from I think I think it was like the first side story, or was the second one? One of them.
I don't remember.
Oh no, it was the Natsuki one. That's when we learned it. She was looking for Natsuki. So usually Monika's eating in her classroom.
Oh.
Monika's the first to arrive at the club meeting, then Natsuki. Yuri, having glanced through the window to see Natsuki already inside, is unable to work up enough courage to enter. Natsuki's been so distant with me. I was stupid to think she ever wanted to be friends. She only got excited because she got to share her manga. Aside from that, she doesn't even like me. I should just go home today.
Sorry, but do you plan on going inside?
No!
Why?
I'm sulking! Oh.
Well, I'm sorry for bothering you. Excuse me.
Oh my god. This is why I love Yuri in this.
No! Don't leave me! It's like, are you gonna go inside? No! No! Why? I'm sulking!
Oh. Well, I'm sorry for bothering you. Excuse me.
It's like, my god!
Like, not my problem.
Yuri, this is really giving me some insight on how to write Yuri.
Yeah?
Like, okay then. My god. No, don't leave me.
Oh, I'll stay here then.
She's so awkward. It's that she's so socially awkward.
Yeah.
She doesn't take any cues. So like, if Sayori says that she's sulking, Yuri's just like, oh, okay then. Like she doesn't.
That's you, right?
Yeah, it's like, yeah, that she doesn't take any social cues, so she doesn't know what to help somebody if they're sulking.
Yeah.
I don't want to go in. I'm afraid of bothering Natsuki. I saw her at lunch today, so I waved and called out to her. But instead of saying hi, she just ran away from me.
Really? Not bad.
Hey!
Sorry, I'm sorry. That was a joke. It just sounded like something stupid that I would do from anxiety.
From anxiety?
Yuri sitting here like,
That's a pretty good plan.
It's like, I should try that next time.
Pretty good technique.
she goes in the club, she pats Natsuki on the back.
Well done.
You taught me something today.
From anxiety?
Well, I just don't like attention being drawn to myself.
Oh. Well, that makes sense based on the person you are. But Natsuki isn't shy like that at all. I thought we were friends. But it feels like every day she's just trying to distance herself more. Instead of get closer. It makes me feel like she was only spending time with me during the club because I was reading manga. She doesn't actually want to be friends with me.
Well, I feel like I'm missing a lot of context here. Was she in the middle of anything when you approached her?
No, she was just walking with her friends.
With her friends?
Yuri pauses for a moment.
How do I put this? Sayori, you're very fond of your friends, right? You always want to be spending time with them.
Of course. I don't think there's anything more important to me. I mean, the best parts of my day are always with my friends. Besides that, I really hate being alone, so...
Okay, there's definitely no way she eats alone. There's no
Yeah.
way she eats alone then, yeah.
You hate being alone?
Sayori nods.
We're very different people. I cherish my time alone. I wouldn't trade it for anything. So, I think... Well, if I was trying to have alone time, that's being threatened with an interruption, then... It just would not make me very happy.
Yeah, but that doesn't have to do with Natsuki. She was already with her friends, not trying to be alone or anything.
No, I think it's similar. It's, well, we're all friends in the club. But we have our own lives outside of the club as well. If you think about it, making new friends is some casual occurrence that happens on a daily basis. A friendship is an invitation to intertwine your lives together. But the capacity at which each person is ready to do that might be different. There are friends who just like to have fun together, and others who talk every day and share every detail of their lives with each other. I think when establishing a friendship, it's important to consider the comfort level of the other person. I mean, we don't really know much about Natsuki's life outside of the club. It could be that she simply needs to make friends at her own pace, rather than jump headfirst into a new commitment.
But that means I really was bothering her. I just really wanted to be good friends with her, so I treated her like one. Was I actually hurting her?
I don't know. I'm sorry. My insight was really only based on what I understand about my own needs. And Natsuki and I are completely different, so...
Yeah, you sure are. Yeah, totally, Yuri. Yeah. Yeah.
Why was I so selfish? Even if all that is true, then it still means I hurt her. I think I messed up. Yuri, with you, I think I was really careful to understand your needs when I was becoming friends with you. But I wasn't careful at all with Natsuki because she already seemed really social. I just took control of everything instead of looking for the right balance. Now I hurt her and she doesn't want to talk to me. How can I let myself do this?
Sayori, I think that, well, there was one time you told me something about the way I saw things in my head being different from reality. It's easy to automatically jump to the worst case scenario, but I think it's more likely that Natsuki doesn't harbor any ill feelings towards you. So I think if we were to realistically consider the situation and how it would cause someone to feel, I'm bad at this, I'm sorry. You're a lot better than me at things like comforting and reassuring people.
Suddenly, Sayori gives Yuri a gentle hug.
You're the best, Yuri.
Remember about consent, Sayori. Literally forgot what she said about consent. It's Sayori.
I'm sorry for burdening you with this. You're trying so hard for me. You're such a sweetheart.
It's not a burden. I enjoy listening to others. And my friends deserve happiness.
Sayori beams.
Well, I think I'm gonna give Natsuki some space. She should do what she wants. And if she does still want to be friends, then I'll learn her needs and I'll match her boundaries. Yeah, I'm sure that's what's best. I wish I didn't feel so awful and guilty. It makes me feel desperate, like I need to make up to her by trying to make her happy. That's not what she needs. I have to I just have to tell myself that. It hurts, but I guess it means I still need to grow. I really want to grow as a person. If it's to be better for my friends, I want that.
That's very mature of you, Sayori.
I'm mature.
They hops up and down on her toes.
So, does that mean you'll be going home after all?
Sayori shakes her head.
I need to be here to show her that I respect her space. I'll just spend the club by myself today.
Sayori nods in understanding.
You can go in first.
Okay. You're blocking the door.
Oh!
Sayori steps aside.
By the way,
Before Yuri enters the club room, Sayori interjects.
you said that you and Natsuki are completely different, but I don't think that's true. I think you're actually really similar in a lot of ways.
Yuri smiles and shakes her head.
Sayori, that's absurd. You're very silly sometimes.
Yuri turns and enters the club room. Foreshadowing. After a moment, Sayori follows. Foreshadowing. Doki Doki Polyamory Club. It's kind of funny because it's like people who are like, no guys, they obviously love each other. Just look at how they acted in the game. It's like that shows me that they either don't read manga or watch anime. Because that's how a lot of characters in manga and anime act, and they don't have any relationship with each other.
Especially two female characters.
Yeah, they all go around groping each other's boobs.
They literally do that.
They grope each other's boobs, and then they'll be like, I don't
They,
love
like-
you.
Yeah, they tell them things that like,
And it's like, oh.
yeah.
Wait, really? You didn't know this? That's like basic anime. That's like
It really depends
basic.
with the wait, really?
That's like basic anime stuff.
Yeah, basic like slice of life or like stuff like that. There's usually at least one scene where a female gropes another female.
Usually it's in the hot tub scene too. They'll like look at each
Or
other's
in, like,
boobs
the-
and they'll be like,
in
oh,
the-
your boobs are so
either-
big. And then they'll like grope each other.
Yeah. They'll be in the hot tub, or they'll be in the locker room, or they'll be somewhere or in the bathroom or something like that.
Persona has. I was about to say, yeah, if you wanted to get a way to explain that, if you wanted a way to see that, Persona technically has that too. Persona has it.
Yeah.
Pretty sure Futaba comments on An's boobs and Strikers.
Yeah.
She's like, her boobs are like, she's like, it's like, is that CGI? I think it's more just an example of anime as fan service. It is, but it's also an example of, like I said, it's like, in anime, girls get touchy-feely, and it
It's
means
still a-
literally
it's still a
nothing.
trope.
Yeah, that's what I say. It's like, they get touchy-feely, and it's literally nothing.
Yeah.
The club room is quiet. When Sayori walks in, Natsuki glances in her direction. Yuri smiles, and gives Nox a quick wave before sitting down across the room. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. Yuri decides it's best to continue the manga she was reading, so she pulls it out. However, it looks like Natsuki isn't reading today. Natsuki isn't reading today. That's not like I said Natsuki. There's a sheet of paper in front of her and is tapping a pen against her desk, staring at it.
Ooh, are we reading today?
Monika speaks in a quiet voice, unwilling to disturb the peace of the club room. She kneels down at Natsuki's desk.
Hey!
Natsuki pulls a sheet closer to her and covers it with her arms.
Sorry, I didn't mean to peek.
Whatever.
I just wanted to see how everything was going.
It's fine.
She replies dismissively. She glances over at Sayori, who's focused on her manga. Monika follows Natsuki's gaze.
I think she's mad at me.
How come?
I'm busy right now. Ask me later.
Monika falls silent. Natsuki looks back down on her paper. She uses her hand away from the top margin, allowing Monika to see. It says to Sayori. Aww.
Aw.
Understanding, Monika smiles. She places a hand on Natsuki's shoulder and whispers softly.
I'm proud of you.
Natsuki looks away, but makes no motion to remove Monika's hand. Aww. Yeah, she's like, she inches her hand, allowing her to see this as to Sayori. Aww. Monika gives Natsuki's shoulder a quick squeeze before standing back up and pulling away. She did the parent thing.
Did.
She squeezed her shoulder.
Bet you
Good.
petted her on the back twice too.
she pats her on the head slightly. Monika is the mom of the club.
She is.
Canon. Monika is the mom.
She's the mom.
The end of the club meeting passes. Yuri has already departed. Of course she has.
She left.
Monika. It's Monika. So as Monika, after checking on Sayori and Natsuki to ensure they wouldn't stay too late. See? Monika. After checking on Sayori and Natsuki to ensure they wouldn't stay too late. Sayori was determined to finish her manga volume before heading out, since the end was approaching. However, with Natsuki also staying late for an unknown reason, silent tension hangs in the air. After finishing the volume, Sayori brings it to the closet to put it away. Slides it back onto the shelf while Natsuki watches. Then Natsuki gets up and pulls it back out in order to return it to its proper location.
Sorry. I didn't know where it's supposed to go. It's fine.
You fall silent again, avoiding eye contact. They both look like they're about to say something, but neither can break the silence. A moment passes.
Well, I'll be on my way. See you tomorrow.
Mary turns away to hide her pained expression, and walks away from the closet. If there's any proof Natsuki no longer wanted to be friends, this was it. Heated, Sayori carries herself out of the club room. Once in the hallway, Sayori takes a deep breath and hits her palms against her cheeks to clear her head a little. Suddenly, Natsuki's stammering voice calls from behind.
Natsuki?
Startled, Sayori turns back around to face Natsuki.
Oh, look at it.
Aww.
Oh my god, that is very on style. What the hell?
That is cute.
Wait, did Satchely draw this one?
Perhaps?
Because the style's different to the other ones, and it's very on model.
It might be. It might be Satchely.
Because I know there's Satchely and there's another artist, and they said that Satchely helped the other artist, like at least like she looked over the other artist.
This might have been a collaboration
It
between
might
the
have
two.
been. I don't know. It's very on model.
Really looks good. Like it.
It's cute. He fidgets and anxiously continues with a shaking voice.
I have a lot of things to say. Me too. But you go first.
Natsuki bites her lip and can't stay still.
Well, first of all,
Look at her face.
She cuts herself short, struggling to continue. Trying to force the words out, she stamps her foot and hops up and down a little.
I'm sorry for the thing I did at lunch. I'm sorry for just being kind of mean lately. It's really hard for me to I mean, I'm not good with things that make me uncomfortable. Especially when it comes to like feelings and stuff. So,
Face burning, Natsuki clams up again. Continuing, she simply holds up a sheet of paper for Sayori to take.
the best place in the world. Love my bedroom. It's full of bright colors and soft things. Sunlight shines in, it makes everything sparkle. Best place in the world. It has all my treasures. All my books, my collections, my memories. All my dreams are born in this room. The best place in the world. It has all my secrets. All my failures, my fears, my feelings. Sometimes it feels so fragile that the door will break at the slightest touch. But it's still the best place in the world. But when someone knocks, I get scared. I brace my arms against the loose hinges. Please don't break. Don't come in. I'm not ready. It's my best place in the world. The knocking won't stop. I block the door with furniture. An eye peeks through the keyhole, and I panic. I'm trapped in the best place in the world. I'm not ready to share my favorite place. I need to clean my secrets and make my bed to hide my nightmares. I need to touch them to put them away, to see them again. I have so much to do and I'm scared. I'm not ready. But it's still my favorite place. I still want to share it. However long it takes, if you wait patiently, I'll eventually open the door. And I'll show you the best place in the world.
Aw, it's a poem about her opening up to people. That's cute.
It's a poem. But I thought, well, I sucked it up so I could work out things with you. So just be happy about it. Please?
Terry smiles deeply, From the bottom of her heart.
I'm happier than I could express. I feel so awful, but I'm so happy that you would do this for me. I actually realized before the club meeting today that I made a mistake. I got so caught up in the chance to get closer to you that I forgot to think about what you wanted. And that we probably have different ways we like to make friends. About like the friendship stuff. I mean, it's okay. I understand. You don't have to force yourself to talk about it. Your poem did a good job. Don't force yourself if you're not ready yet, okay?
Natsuki nods.
You don't have to feel like you did anything wrong. It was my fault and I'm sorry.
I wasn't mad at you today or anything like that. I actually felt really guilty and wanted to give you space.
Okay, wait, I read that wrong. I thought Natsuki said that. My bad.
You don't have to feel like you did anything wrong. It was my fault, and I'm sorry. I wasn't mad at you today or anything like that. I actually felt really guilty and wanted to give you space. I was thinking it's silly that I just approach you all the time and that I should just let you approach me when you want to. Just whatever makes you comfortable. I'll respect that from now on. Friendship should always start with those things. With the right balance.
He nods again.
One thing about that. Well, I don't want to have to approach you all the time either. Just want to be balanced, like you said.
Yuri nods.
I understand. We'll make sure of that together then.
Aw. One of the few side stories that it didn't end with people crying. Actually, no, the Monika Natsuki one didn't end with crying either. Actually, never mind. I guess that was the first one that didn't end with crying. That's just because I was like, respect didn't end with crying. At least I don't think it did. Did Natsuki cry at the end of respect? Pretty sure they were just mad at each other. Yeah, I don't think they cried.
Well, anyway.
Now the two of them have found common ground. Natsuki finds it easier to speak more freely again. No? Okay, yeah, so I was right.
I'm not gonna be like sharing my poems all the time now or anything like that. But I guess it won't hurt to do it once in a while. Only the best ones. So you better like them, because otherwise I might change my mind.
I like anything you do, Natsuki.
I
Hello.
was just saying.
More importantly, I have to tell you about my new boyfriend.
What?
What?
Huh? Oh, from the manga. Oh. I was like, huh? Wait, I need to guess who it is.
You definitely won't be able to guess.
You walk down the hallway together.
Oh my god, we have so much to talk about. Darn, I should have told you to save the last 2 chapters so I could see your reaction to the big reveal.
Aw, you wanted to enjoy it with me? That's so cute.
Oh, shush.
Hee.
That's cute.
Before you start the next one, I want to catch up.
Alright. You guys got baited. I got baited heavy, bro.
Yeah.
I was like, huh? Okay, there we go. We actually got mail this time. We just got a letter. We just got a letter. We just got a letter. I wonder who it's from. It's from Ive Laster. Oh my gosh.
Oh my god. It says oh my god on it.
Okay, who's responsible for creating a Twitter account for Monika? I think it's hilarious, but for God's sakes,
I don't
don't
have
tell
that one.
Paula. Haha. It would get 404'd in a microsecond. That's supposed to be the trick to make you go to 404. Are you just relaying her tweets manually? Or did you code some kind of pass-through layer to automate it? Based on the contents of the tweets, example, not screaming for help, I assume they're coming from the control simulation? Yeah. Oh! So they just confirmed that Monika made her own Twitter account!
Yeah.
Because at first they're like, who's responsible for creating a Twitter account for her? Then
Monika is.
then as the email went on, he was like, are you just relaying her tweets? He's like, based on the contents, I assume they're coming from the control. Oh, wait. Oh, Monika's tweets are from the side stories. That makes so much sense.
Twitter Monika inside
Because he
story
just said, based on the contents of the tweets, example, not screaming for help. He's like, I assume they're coming from the control simulation.
Oh yeah, because
Oh
you
my
think
god.
you'd think if she got her hands on Twitter, she'd be
Yeah.
yeah.
So that means all of those pictures and oh my god.
All of that Monika is in the
That
control
makes so much
simulation.
sense that I didn't think about until now. Because I was like, yeah, why does... I've never thought about why Twitter Monika acts so normal. Yeah, all of that's from the side stories. Because
'cause
it's all
never-
wholesome and nice.
I never even really thought about the fact, like, yeah, if someone, like,
Hello? Oh, I think someone walked into her room. So I didn't think about that. That makes so much sense. Because that's why she doesn't talk about anything like evil or anything about deleting them. Because she's from the side stories. Like, since she's from the side stories, it's like everything's wholesome in those. Oh my god. And then it says, based on the contents of the tweet, yeah. And it says, are you relaying her tweets manually? Did you code some kind of pass-through layer to automate it? So, okay, so they created a thing that allows Monika's tweets to go from the control simulation into the real world. Okay. Wait, so how does DDLC main story Monika know about it? I think in the world of DDLC, Monika has Twitter. However, we don't ever get to see those tweets.
check Discord real quick.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
I'll be right back real quick.
All right. But yeah, so it's like, okay, so yeah, so we never get to know what DDLC base Monika is tweeting. We only know what side story Monika is tweeting because they're relaying her tweets from the control simulation. Every time they say the control simulation, that's the side stories. The side stories are control simulation, VM1 is DDLC, and VM2 is Project Libitina. Those are all the code names. So yeah, Monika's tweets are coming from the side stories, and they're just like converting them from that universe into ours. So meaning that the other girls might have a Twitter in that world, and we just don't know what they are. We just don't know what their Twitter handles are. They just haven't been relaying those. They haven't been relaying those. We're only seeing what they're relaying from that world. They're relaying Monika's tweets from the control simulation. I hope Twitter in their world's better than ours. Hope it is too. Apparently the side stories have the fucking Backstreet Boys concert. Apparently, because you remember that picture that was tweeted on Monika's thing where apparently they all had to be social distancing, and I was like, oh no! Even the control simulation has the virus. Well, they did create a universe, that's fair. It would make sense. That would make sense. I remember everybody was like, how would they get the virus in their world? It makes sense. They fully created a universe. So, it's a fully functioning universe. That also means that anybody who said things like, oh, there wouldn't be any characters, you know? The only 4 characters in this universe are them. We're technically wrong. There are other characters. There are tons of other people there. They're all as real as the 4 entities. It's just that the 4 entities, being the girls, are the only ones that can actually be in, or the first 4 entities of the universe. They're the first 4 of it. Yeah, we saw Girl 1 and Girl 2. So yeah, that's crazy. That's kind of cool. I like that. Also, we've discovered, yeah, this is just a big fucking, like, I was like, I think that means that the girls also have a Twitter accounts in that world, and they just haven't been relaying their tweets. They might also have Twitter accounts. But also, I said, this makes sense even with the story, because remember the picture on Monika's Twitter where it shows that they're social distancing? And everyone was like, the virus is in their world, but how? And it's like, it makes sense because they created a whole ass universe.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, of course, the virus can potentially be in their world. It's just a regular virus, just like how it is here.
Yep.
Also, this is what we got for balance
saw.
too. Aw, and we got this. Bro, look, she's taking a selfie.
Mm-hmm.
That's for her Twitter. That's for Natsuki's Twitter.
Also, yeah, I can't voice right now.
Yeah, you can't
So.
voice. Yeah, it's okay. It's for Natsuki's Twitter. It sucks we didn't get to learn if Monika actually likes black coffee. Because I remember someone saying that. No
Wait,
one put it.
Does she not say that in Act 3?
She says in Act 3, but they're talking about side story Monika.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I don't think any of their personality quirks are different. There hasn't been
Probably still does.
there hasn't been anything been like specifically like super different. So yeah, I'm pretty sure she still likes black coffee. Like, there hasn't been any like giant bro, there's gonna be so many people now like with mods that we can easily just be like, yeah, my mod takes place after the side stories. Like, it's so easy to just say your mod takes place in the same world as the side stories now. You could just easily be like, yeah, my mod takes place after the side stories.
Yeah.
Like, you can just say that, and you're like, yeah. As long as you don't have anything in your mod that, like, specifically, like, retcons it.
Yeah.
But even then, you can retcon some things, but then some other side stories can be canon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like, it's just funny. Like, any mod that has, like, Monika not aware can easily just be like, yeah, we're going off the side stories. Oh, okay. That's nice.
Mm-hmm.
72% data. Okay, so next side story. Reflection. Monika and Yuri.
Not gonna hear you.
Am I bothering you? No? Okay, just checking. It's hard to tell since you always look so into it when you're eating. Makes me scared to interrupt. Well, it's within my expectations to be interrupted when I read here. It's mainly when I'm by myself that I don't like it. That makes sense. I guess if you're here in the first place, then you're more ready to socialize, even if it takes a little bit of prodding. It's not so bad to be social if I let others do the work, so it can be healthy to put myself in social environment every now and then. It's mostly difficult when I don't know anyone, or there are too many people, or everyone's being too silly for me to keep up with.
Yuri glances across the room at Sayori and Natsuki.
Or if everyone's too silly.
Sayori has her head cocked back and her mouth open, trying to catch pieces of a cookie that Natsuki is lobbing into the air, but the pieces keep bouncing off her face and hitting the floor. Oh my god.
Maybe I should say something. No need. They just ran out of cookie. What a waste. They've really become good friends, haven't they? I'm happy. Sayori seems particularly good at making that happen. But the two of them are both on the energetic side, so I suppose it works out well. Yeah, come to think of it, you and I haven't had many chances to talk one-on-one, have we? Though, that may be partially my fault, so I'm supposed to be the one engaging club members. Not at all. I've probably formed a habit of drawing minimal attention to myself. The responsibilities equal on me, at least to display some openness to engage. Well, what about during times like lunch? Do you meet up with friends? I just read. Oh, but I like it that way. It feels nice to be carried off again after a morning of classes. Do you always read fantasy? Oh, not always. I suppose it's all I've read recently, but only because I'm in the middle of this series. There are still 2 more books after this one. I guess those long books suit you well, since you spend so much time reading. Well, fantasy may be my favorite, but after that, I'm more or less indiscriminate to genres. I read anything with depth and maturity. Oh yeah? Even like romance? Well, there are lots of books that have elements of romance in them. Oh, come on, Yuri. You know what I mean.
Monika lowers her voice.
It's a guilty pleasure of mine, so I won't tell anyone if you do, too.
Ooh, Monika reads romance novels? She does seem like a romantic.
No.
Monika's a romantic. They all make sense. She is a romantic. It makes sense.
Yeah.
Maybe, more when I was in middle school. I mean, I was really lonely and people were mean to me a lot.
Oh no, poor Yuri. Yuri's sad about it.
So it kind of felt like, please don't make me think about the past. Sorry, I just got super curious. You know, we should totally pick out a romance novel to read. That would be so much fun. Absolutely not. Really? Even if it was just between us? Try asking someone who has no shame, like Natsuki.
Jesus! My God, Yuri!
Okay.
I gotta talk shit about Natsuki like that!
I really like that when Yuri's not shy, she's just sassy.
Yeah.
Ouch! Sorry, I swear I didn't mean that. Well, I guess it was my fault for pressing you. I'm like that for things in my past too, you know? Things I feel too embarrassed to re-experience. There's nothing wrong with growing out of things. It happens to everyone. For instance, Natsuki's interest in manga reminds me quite a bit of how intense I used to be on my own. I cannot talk. Natsuki's interest in manga reminds me quite a bit of how intense I used to be about my own interests. It makes you think that she'll likely grow out of it too.
Hey, were you talking about me?
No, we were just... No, we were just talking about how our interests have changed over the years. When did you get into manga, Natsuki?
Like a couple years ago, I guess. I was already sort of into it before then, but I wasn't really going hard until then.
Oh yeah? What was it inspired you to get more into it?
I don't know. I guess... Let me think. It was after I discovered a series that I really liked. Yeah, I was just like really fed up with a lot of things, and I got super into the one series that I really related to. I guess I had an edgy phase. I just hated everyone around me and wanted to be by myself.
Hey, kind of like Yuri. Monika. Sorry. That's completely wrong. So, it's still cool that you both really found your thing. They're almost like opposites, but it sounds like they helped you a lot through hard times.
You know it.
Hmm.
Wow, what the heck? Is that book even bigger than the last one you were reading?
It's technically slightly longer, but not by very much.
How high do you think it would go if you stacked up the whole series? Natsuki estimates by holding her hand high above her head, sizing up an imaginary stack. I should get one of those mangas that's like 50 volumes long, so then I can say I've read more than you. Not that I have the money for that.
Please, that would hardly count when your books only have a few words per page.
Oh no.
I know, I was just joking. I could never actually read. I could never actually read books like yours. It's too boring for me.
Oh.
Yuri shoots a glare at Natsuki. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
It's not boring.
Chill. I said for me, not for you. I can have my own opinion. I just think it's too convoluted.
Sayori, are those from the floor?
What?
No.
Please.
Gross.
I like how she like caught her ears.
Yeah.
Cookies on the floor, like glancing up. Like,
Yeah,
are they eating apples on the
It's like,
floor?
Sayori, are those from the floor?
Also, wash your hands before touching any of my books.
But my hands are dirty.
Just do it. The oils are there even if you can't see them.
Fine.
So he trots out the door and Natsuki follows.
Yuri, you look a little upset. What kind of nerve does she have to call my hobby boring? Well, she didn't correct herself. Hardly. She was so condescending. I don't mind if she thinks it's not for her. I already understand it's not for everyone.
Uh-oh, this is the problem. Yuri's not understanding that she was being condescending too. That's why it's called self-reflection. And that's why it's called reflection.
But she knows well how much these mean to me. So about just leaving me alone instead of needlessly telling me things you hate about it. I'm sorry, Yuri. You may be right. This won't be the last time people have strong feelings about what they like and don't like. Especially in a literature club. So I should figure out how to mediate discussions to keep them positive and constructive. For the record, I've always been impressed with the level of creativity in your books, and also your ability to get through them so quickly. Thank you. Okay, well, this is something I'll have to think about and revisit. I'm sure I can help Natsuki find some common ground with you. Common ground isn't necessary. I just wish to be respected. That, then. Either way, I'll do my best. I'm skeptical when it comes to Natsuki. I trust you, Monika, but I'm skeptical.
Sayori 5-minute rule. Sayori has the 5-minute rule.
Okay, everyone. We have a special club meeting today. As you know, the Literature Club is a place where we get to share things that we're really passionate about. But that also means you should be mindful of how we respond to each other's feelings. I think we have a chance to turn our differences into positive energy for each other. Aren't you being a little dramatic about this? This is important to me.
Well, sorry. I just feel like I'm being accused or something.
No, I'm not accusing anyone of anything. I'm sorry if it came off that way. But our conversation yesterday made me reflect on the power of language, and I thought it would be a good topic for the Literature Club. Don't you think? I'm sure we're going to have differences in opinion a lot, so I need to make sure we're prepared to keep a positive atmosphere in the club.
You say so.
Sure. The cool thing about language is that it gives us a lot of different ways to express the same idea or emotion. We have a lot of control over how we want the other person to feel when receiving our thought. This goes for poetry, narratives, casual conversation, basically anything. For example, Sayori, what's your favorite food? I have them organized by category. Should I start with snacks, or do you mean full meals? Should I include breakfast? Oh, jeez. Okay, how about your favorite fruit? That's easy. Cherries! Really? I always thought cherries tasted nasty. What? Cherries are delicious! Whoa, that's a pretty strong reaction.
I don't agree with Monika.
What?
I said I don't agree. I don't agree with Monika.
She might have been lying just to go with the thing.
Oh, okay.
Well, I just don't understand how somebody could think cherries are nasty. How does it make you feel? I don't know. Sad? Defensive, maybe? Yeah, I got defensive. See? The reason you had such a strong reaction wasn't just because I don't like cherries. It's because you felt like your opinion was under attack. But that's weird, right? Something like taste is completely subjective.
She actually talks about this in Act 3. We were talking about arguments in Act 3. That's the exact same thing. This proves that Monika's character in the base DDLC is still the same character in side stories. Just, she's not aware.
When I say something like, I think cherries taste nasty, I'm using objective language. I'm challenging Sayori's reality that cherries are delicious with my own, which is that cherries are nasty.
Wait, hold on. How is that objective when you just said it was only your own opinion?
It has to do with the way our brains interpret the words. You're talking about the reality of the cherries, not your feelings about them. Like, Sayori, let's rewind for a second and pretend I didn't tell you that I think cherries are nasty. Good! So what if instead of that, I said, like, I've tried cherries and they're not for me. It's not the kind of flavor I enjoy. Well, that's fine. As long as you don't call them nasty. Nasty's a nasty word. Okay, so cherries was kind of a weird example, but I think it gets the point across. This time around, instead of talking about cherries, I just talked about my feelings, and Sayori didn't get defensive. So instead of clashing with each other, it's like we received an invitation to talk about our differences. Yuri, you don't need to take notes. I'm not gonna quiz you or something. I know that. I was just... Sorry, I didn't mean to call you out. You can do whatever you'd like. But does anyone have any thoughts so far?
Yeah, I just feel like I shouldn't have to put all my language to a filter just to protect someone's feelings.
Well, you don't have to. The choice is yours on how you want to come across to other people. I'm only suggesting as a tool to help turn your differences into a positive experience, rather than an argument. Right, Sayori?
Whatever you say, cherry hater.
Oh, come on. Sayori, I actually like cherries. I was just saying that to help demonstrate.
See?
Good.
What the heck? I've been duped. I've been duped.
Yeah, there we go, yeah.
I'm sorry, Sayori. I'll make it up to you later. How about a cherry sundae? You're welcome to dupe me anytime, my beloved president. You're buying your people's loyalty. How deplorable.
Oh, like you would turn down a free sundae, Yuri? You were certainly a fan of those cupcakes I brought in the other week.
I was reading and not keeping track of them.
What, does she eat like the most cupcakes? Oh my gosh, Yuri!
He ate like 4 or 5.
She just kept grabbing, bro. She was too deep in thought, bro. She was too deep in her book. She was just grabbing.
Oh, that's enough. We're getting off topic.
So now that we have the gist of it, how about we try it with something more relevant to the club? Like manga, right? Let's try to have a productive discussion about our differences in opinion. Yuri, do you want to start?
Well, I'd rather not, so...
How come?
Well, because I don't see how anything productive can come from that. It's just going to start a fight.
No, it'll be fine. That's why I'm here to moderate. Let's just have a calm and rational discussion. Yeah, give me a little more credit. I'm not a child. You don't have to coddle my feelings. I always think it's more respectable to just speak your mind.
Respectable?
Yuri's expression changes at that word. As Monika recalls, being respected was the crux of the matter for Yuri.
Well, the point of the exercise isn't exactly, like...
It's fine. I have nothing against anyone personally. You're entitled to enjoy whatever it is you like. I just prefer more depth and nuance in my reading material. I look for stories that are imaginative and sophisticated beyond the surface level.
Oh, well, that's just a misunderstanding then. I thought you were gonna say that manga's for children or something. Like, I don't hear enough of that. There's plenty of deep manga.
I'm not clueless about manga. I've read my own fair share when I was younger.
What? Are you serious? How come you never told me?
Because I'm past that point in my life and I really prefer not to revisit it. I prefer more mature things now.
No! Yuri, stop! Excuse me? Okay, hold on. Can I jump in here? Let's try to keep things subjective. Because if you imply that manga is immature, then aren't you implying that someone is immature for being into it? Well, maybe it's immature to judge people for having different tastes than you. Natsuki, nobody's immature! I've read Natsuki's manga and Yuri's fantasy, and I love them both in their own way. Okay. It's great that you like it, but I still find it boring. Boring isn't subjective. Okay, it bores me. That's subjective. But, I mean, the thing about...
This is ridiculous. You see why I didn't want to participate in this? I knew it was just going to make people upset.
I'm not upset! Like I said, I don't care what other people think. But I always got the impression that you secretly looked down upon me, so I'm glad my suspicions were confirmed.
That's not true at all. You're making assumptions. You can't blame me for getting defensive when nobody ever has the least bit of respect for things that I'm into.
And that's why Yuri acts like that.
The only thing I look down upon is when people make fun of me for just being myself and trying to mind my own business.
What? Have you looked in a mirror? Tell me again about respect if they're calling all my interest immature.
You can't.
Please stop. Please. You don't mean the things you're saying right now. Let's just be friends. I didn't mean for this to happen.
Well, it did. So please don't invite yourself to try and solve other people's problems next time, okay?
Yuri's piercing words send the clubroom to a choked silence as she gathers her things. He leaves.
Holy crap. Never heard her sound like that before. She must be so pissed. Well, you weren't very nice either, so... I was just saying. How did this happen? It's my fault. Yuri wasn't wrong. I shouldn't have tried to moderate a conflict when I know how bad I am at dealing with conflicts. It was really a stupid thing for me to do. It's nobody's fault, and it wasn't stupid. Everyone in the club's a nice person. Nobody would have expected this. But I guess we're sensitive about the things we really love. Honestly, she kind of brought it upon herself. Like I said, I don't care if you're not into manga, but if you actually look down on other people for it, that's kind of the point I was trying to make in the first place. It's not about sugarcoating things, it's about just recognizing and understanding our differences. Okay, but here's the thing about that. Yuri actually looks down on me. It has nothing to do with her word choice or anything like that. I see what you were trying to do, but I really think the problem here is her, not just the way we talked to each other, right? I mean...
I was about to say it is, yeah. It actually is Yuri. Like I said, Yuri looks down on Natsuki.
Yuri isn't like that. She's a lot sweeter than you're giving her credit for. I'm sure she'll be reflecting on this. I actually think everyone should. It'll be fine. I'll figure something out. Wow, I'm just like saying that instinctively. I'm just setting myself up to cause more problems. This wasn't your fault, Monika. You don't have to beat yourself up over it. If you ask me, it's good that the truth finally came out. Because I can just move on now. But, it's fine. I promise. Let's just get our mind off this, okay? In fact, it's a good opportunity to read some manga without having to worry about feeding Yuri's superiority complex. Don't be mean. I'll talk or read manga or whatever you want, but don't be mean to my friends, okay? Sorry. I'm just bitter. Everything will be okay. I mean, I don't have the answers, but I at least know that we're all good people and don't want to hurt each other. This will be a learning experience. Monika says that, but her uneasiness is given away about how much she has to force the reassuring tone in her voice. It was bound to happen eventually. Natsuki and Yuri have always engaged with each other, but at least out of anyone, and this is the reason. As Sayori and Natsuki proceed to distract themselves with manga, Monika sighs to herself, unable to shake her worried thoughts. Will the club really have to just come to terms with the fact that some members would be incompatible with each other? Monika desperately doesn't want to admit that, and she knows Sayori doesn't either. But for once, a solution doesn't seem to be in sight. It's Monika's fault? It really isn't. It honestly, it is Yuri's fault.
Yeah.
It's Yuri's fault. Oh, there we go. Let's teamwork. There's track 06.
Ouch. Hold on a second.
There's track 06. Let's teamwork. That's why they said track 06 name ideas. It's Yuri's fault. It's just Yuri has a reasoning for it. So, because what it is it's that Yuri gets looked down by other people for being weird. So, Yuri looks down at others because of that. Because so many people look down upon Yuri, Yuri looks down on others.
Yeah.
Like, it's not entirely Yuri's fault, but does feel like she has more needs to work. Does feel like she has more needs. She has more she needs to work out. Exactly. Because like Natsuki said, she doesn't care if people aren't into manga. She just doesn't like people looking down on her for it. And Yuri looked down on her. She even said, like, you know, I'm not, he's like, I grew up out of that. But again, it's something where it's like, Yuri doesn't mean to hurt people. She just has an inherent superiority when it comes to manga. She doesn't think manga is that high class. It's just inherently in her. It's not like she's doing it to hurt Natsuki's feelings. She's just being very blunt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can, voice the second part now.
Bro,
I think.
dog.
I just gotta clear my throat because I just ate.
I was actually gonna take a food break, but I mean, I guess.
Oh, right now? Oh.
I was gonna, but I was like, I can take one after this.
Okay.
New day arrives. They arrives at the club room earlier than usual. That is, not late. As she enters, it appears to be empty still. So she sits down at a desk and pulls out a sheet of paper, primed to jot down her thoughts.
Primed.
Yuri has made a habit of scribbling her thoughts and feelings onto paper whenever possible, as it tends to serve as her best inspiration for poetry. My heart feels vacant because a ship sailed away. Yo! Ah! Natsuki! Natsuki pokes her head out from behind the closet door. Sorry, didn't mean to scare you. Would have been a lot more awkward if I didn't say anything. I doubt you'll be listening on your poetry thing. Yeah. Thanks for realizing that. Did I let you finish that up then? Oh no, it wasn't. I mean, I just do it whenever it's convenient. You're not interrupting. Where's Monika, by the way? Oh, she's out in the hallway. Huh? Why? Well, just in case she runs into Yuri. Sometimes Yuri's too nervous to come into the clubroom by herself, so... Oh. Jeez. Does you really let things bother her for that long? She can't control her feelings. For some people, it's really hard to cope when you get a bad thought in your head. Maybe you can distract yourself for a little while. But as soon as it's just you and your thoughts again, it comes back. Ugh. Just wants to have a normal club meeting. A lot easier to pretend like it never happened if we all just ignore it and move on. I don't want to be bothered by this. So stupid. Her opinion to me doesn't matter anyway. Besides, I just feel really guilty. I hate that too. It's okay to have feelings. It doesn't make you weak. Let's figure this out together. Fine. Only because you're good at this stuff. Let's try to come up with a happy scene. Maybe that'll help us understand where your bad feelings are coming from. Well, I was happy the way things were. Or we had to have that conversation yesterday. What part of the conversation made you upset? Was it Yuri being mean about the manga? Maybe. I doubt it though. Because my friends and other people make fun of manga all the time. I just brush it off and ignore them. Something about it really got to me this time. I hate them letting that happen. Is it because it came from Yuri? No? Why would that matter? I mean, well, maybe. I just hate that she thinks she's so much better than me just because she likes to pretend to be all sophisticated. Yeah, that's what it is. At least other people decide that they don't like me or manga or whatever. But Yuri acts like she's too good to even give it a chance. I'm sorry. Everyone deserves a chance. Yeah, exactly. Would you give Yuri's books a chance? After this? Obviously not. What about before this? Well, I would until I got bored, which wouldn't take very long. If you actually keep an open mind, then it's not hard to realize that a story can be deep and meaningful without being needlessly complicated. I see. But you know, I like Yuri's books. Yeah, but you like manga more, right?
Yuri shakes her head.
I like them both. I like them in different ways, but I like them both. I mean, the manga, it's really honest and fun and easy to just let go with. And the fantasy has a lot to interpret and uncover, and it's really rewarding to have some good quiet time together with it. But the most important thing is that both the manga and the fantasy are true to themselves. So, I love them both. And I think there's room for both of them to be in the same club together. And I just feel like maybe they have more in common than you would think. You get along with everyone so well. I always get into fights with people. Like first it was with Monika when I was new to the club. And then it was you. Now it's Yuri. And I'm always like, oh, that person is being such a jerk. And if they just realize that, then we could at least get along. But nobody else has this problem. Just keep running away from the reality that everybody's just a jerk to me because nobody likes me. I don't know why, but I don't know what to do about it. I don't know what's wrong with me. Hate it. Natsuki.
Yuri puts a comforting hand on Natsuki's shoulder.
You're a wonderful person. You deserve to be loved as much as everyone else. Everyone has different ways they like to communicate, you know. Sometimes it makes it harder for us to understand each other. I think that sometimes we get lucky and we make friends who are really good at the same kinds of communication. And it feels like you magically connect with them. But other times, even if both people are really nice, it's easy for them to misunderstand each other or to get the communication wrong. It's something that Yuri struggles a lot with too. It can be really hard. It takes a lot of, reflection and self-awareness. And vulnerability. I'm bad at that one. Vulnerability. Always have to be the strongest. What do you mean? Tell me about that part of you. Well, it sounds stupid, but I'm really used to people being mean to me. Like my friends, and I guess my dad, like when I don't get good grades or even stupid things like my room isn't clean. What am I gonna do? Cry about it? I'll let myself get upset. There's just letting them win. I'm better than that. I'm better than all of them. So, things always have to be everyone else's fault. Feels like if something goes wrong and there's even a tiny hint that it might be my fault, then just really angry. I find ways to blame everything else instead. You see yourself as better than Yuri? If I said that, then I would just sound really full of myself. No. Our thoughts and our feelings are two different things. Even if we don't like our feelings, we have to understand them if we want to learn more about themselves. That's a part of vulnerability, you know? Accepting that we have feelings that we don't like. I hate that. Feelings make me a bad person. Because my feelings just want to tell me that I'm so much better than her. She's a judgmental know-it-all who's stuck in her edgy phase, and I'm just way above that garbage. But I'm terrible for feeling that way. You're not terrible. You're not your feelings. But you are not your feelings. Say that to yourself, out loud. Fine. I am not my feelings. The way that I like to picture it is that those feelings are like your roommate. You live in the same house, and you gotta see each other every day. And even if you can ignore each other most of the time, you're gonna run into each other every now and then, and it's gonna make you feel like poop. So, the other option is to get to know each other. You can communicate and learn from each other, maybe even help each other change for the better. Does that help you understand? How do you know so much about this stuff? I just have a roommate that can be really hard to get along with.
Oh, no.
Called depression.
What? Okay.
Depression?
This says it.
You're like the happiest person I know. I'm not my feelings.
Okay.
Want to be a good person like you. Aw, you little sweetheart. We're all good people. You and Yuri and Monika. And I think Yuri will eventually learn that about you. Natsuki remains silent, feeling a little overwhelmed. Despite Sayori's kind reassurance, a complicated mixture of pain and sadness seems to still fill her, as though flowing from a wound inside her. Was it a result of her vulnerability? No, it wasn't as though she was inflicted a wound after becoming vulnerable. It was as though she began to rediscover an old wound, one that cannot simply be bandaged and left alone any longer. Hot here.
She just says that she has depression like that. All right.
Background!
New background. Bro, is that a wet floor sign up there? No, it's not, I don't think. Oh, wait, maybe it is. Okay.
No, new background!
Okay. I'm ready to read.
My best
you
girl
doing
for
over
me
there?
is a tie between Monika and Sayori. Mine is still Monika. Sayori ate cookies off the ground. She can't be my best girl. Sayori's still a little too silly, I think, to be my best girl.
Wait, my mic is working, right?
Yeah, I can hear you. I'm just
Okay.
saying. I was big beer. I was opening up my vent, but
Okay.
I was like, Sayori's a little too silly for me to consider her my best girl. But she's like my second favorite so far.
Bro, is that in the vending machine? I can see, like...
Yeah, I can
Pepsi
see
or
water. I can see
okay. Yuri? What are you doing all the way over here? I was looking for you.
Please don't yell at me.
Oh, I'm not going to yell at you. I just wanted to say that I'm sorry about what happened yesterday. It was unfair for me to put everyone on the spot like that. Next time, I won't just try and jump and solve everyone's problems. I guess it's a bad habit of mine.
You're not mad at me?
I thought you were the one mad at me.
I was so awful yesterday.
Yuri curls up, recalling the details of the argument.
I can't even have a normal conversation without saying something wrong and making everyone upset.
Hold on, that's not what happened at all. Let's talk about this, okay?
Yuri pauses for a second, manages a nod. Monika takes a seat next to her on the staircase.
I'm having a lot of negative thought patterns and I can't get away from them.
What kinds of negative thought patterns?
Like everyone hates me. Especially Natsuki.
Oh, that's terrible. I don't think Natsuki hates you.
How do you know?
Well, because...
Monika thinks back to the time that she herself found herself in an altercation with Natsuki. And how a display of maturity from Monika was enough for Natsuki to reevaluate her own feelings as well.
I think Natsuki is just naturally defensive. I think she acts mean when she feels the need to protect herself. But you know, she's really not a bad person. In fact, I think she can be really thoughtful and considerate.
Natsuki's like an animal. She feels she gets defensive.
Yeah.
She feels attacked. She's like,
Yeah.
she's a cat.
Yeah. She just, well, I guess the way it works is that she wants to receive some degree of kindness first before she feels comfortable returning it.
Really is like a fucking animal. I thought she really is a cat. What the hell?
Oh. But that means the burden is on me. And I don't know how to say things that make people like me. Every time I open my mouth, I just...
Yuri shakes her head herself and tugs on her hair.
It's okay, Yuri. You don't need to beat yourself up. I think anyone would like you if they had the chance to get to know you.
Well, unfortunately, the opposite is true. That's why I'm not talkative anymore in the first place. Because everyone used to think I was weird and talk about me behind my back. That's just what happens when I draw attention to myself. Natsuki even said she found it more respectable when people speak their mind, so I did, and then she hated me anyway. That was enough to confirm my fears.
But Sayori and I like you, and we've gotten to know you a lot more by now, right?
Yuri doesn't seem to have a response.
Hold on, my stuff's lagging. Give me a sec.
Oh, your stuff's lagging.
Happy
My parsec was
birthday.
lagging.
Happy birthday, Johnny 1943.
Okay, I think it's good now. Hey, what do you think of Natsuki?
I don't think about her.
That's not what I meant, really.
I just...
I was just wondering if you had an opinion of her.
I do.
What is it?
Natsuki seems to bring out the worst in me, and I feel really ashamed of it. I like to think of myself as a fairly sophisticated person, but for someone to just treat me like I'm inferior, despite my tastes, that's just the worst kind of insult, coming from someone like her. And it makes me think bad things about her. But everyone else seems to like her, so the only explanation is that it's me who's doing something wrong again.
Holy shit, they are so similar. Because Natsuki, literally, they're similar, but, like, not the same. Because, like, Natsuki didn't think it was her being a jerk. She thinks that it's always the other person. And Yuri thinks that it's always herself.
Yeah.
And my feelings about her are wrong. And I'm wrong to get upset over something so childish and inconsequential.
No, Yuri. Feelings are never wrong.
Well, they're not right.
That's the thing. Feelings are never right or wrong, you know? They're just a state of being that we don't always have control over. But that doesn't mean they have to control us. I feel like that's something I learned around when I first started the club. We can hate ourselves for feeling a certain way about things. Or we can, you know, just acknowledge that they exist and try to understand them better. I can never be mad at you for just feeling a certain way. It's about how you handle them. And I think working through feelings is a great opportunity for teamwork.
Yuri wears a dejected expression.
You make it sound so easy. You're so mature. So good with people. I feel like such a child in comparison.
Oh, Yuri. I'm far from perfect. But these are learned skills. They didn't come naturally to me either. It's really hard to, like, reflect on yourself and separate your feelings from your thoughts.
I just want to be a good person.
Well, I think it takes a good person to get this far.
That's not good enough. I want to be able to communicate to her.
Communicate what?
How I feel. How it makes me feel frustrated and upset when she's so negative and dismissive of things that mean so much to me. And how it reminds me of me. Because I know what it's like to feel misunderstood and angry at everyone. I know that telling yourself you're better than everyone else is just a defense mechanism. We're just people. We're fragile and unstable. But I'm just tired of that getting in the way. I can't stand it when the peace is disturbed like this.
Yeah, you can't focus on your reading when the piece is disturbed, right?
Because the literature club should be happy for everyone.
Monika looks at Yuri in adoration.
I feel like Sayori must be revving off on me, because I really want to hug you right now. Sorry, I didn't mean to make you uncomfortable.
No, I mean, well, if you wanted to, then I really wouldn't mind, so...
Monika pulls Yuri into a short embrace.
You're so gentle. And I love when you communicate your feelings. I feel lucky to get to see that side of you. And I'm sure Natsuki will too. I'll be right back.
I'm going to write her a letter.
Oh, a letter? What a great idea!
Just because I'm not good at talking, especially under pressure. I always let my feelings get the best of me. I forget to say all the important things, and I say things I don't mean.
Well, I think a letter would be wonderful. Such a nice way to communicate.
Yuri's face hardens with determination.
People don't naturally gravitate towards me like they do for you and Sayori. My personality just isn't suited for that. And I wouldn't want it to be. But something I've learned is that friendships don't always just magically appear out of thin air. For instance, I never would have seen myself making friends with someone like Sayori. We're opposite in a lot of ways. But I'm friends with her because she put so much effort into understanding me so that we could get along. I think it was the same with you. You both gave me a lot of time and patience. And I wonder if she feels the same way.
Natsuki?
Yuri nods.
I always thought that if I wanted to make more friends, I had to be somebody that I'm not. Then there's the type of person or magical formula that I have to follow in order to make someone like me. And that's just like me to think that. I'm always so occupied with myself that I fail to understand other people.
Yuri shakes her head.
Friendship happens when you think about the other person. When you offer time and effort to understand them, and respect them, and trust that they also want to be a good person. That's what I learned through my observations in the literature club.
Observations?
Monika's caught by surprise. Yuri has always kept to herself so much, it's unusual to hear her suddenly talking about the club like this. Yuri gently smiles to herself.
You always let me listen to your thoughts about people. Sayori too. And it makes me happy, because I learned a lot of things.
That's so sweet. I had no idea it meant that much to you.
Monika never thought much of it. In the past few weeks, Yuri always seemed to be especially attentive when it comes to the problems and concerns of others. Always wanting to listen and learn more about her friends in the club. It's true. Yuri and Monika are naturally more comfortable with other people and can easily work through situations of conflict.
I'm
That
back.
doesn't make them better people. Everyone has strengths and weaknesses and the capacity to improve. First step towards improving oneself is reflection and self-awareness. It's something that Yuri gave herself enough credit for, that Monika can recognize as an incredible trait. And with that, her confidence in the club is restored.
Yay.
A very shy girl with long pretty hair is wandering the bustling lunchtime hallways, her fist pressed into her collarbone. When she finds the Literature Club president's classroom, she stands at the door, glancing all around her before peering inside.
She's gonna eat lunch with her.
Aww.
Monika is sitting and chatting with a group of unknown friends. Yeah, as expected, this was a bad idea after all. Suddenly, Monika glances towards the door, making the girl panic and duck out of sight. Before she regained composure and decide for sure to leave, the classroom door gently opens.
Yuri, what a surprise
Oh.
to see you during lunch.
Oh, you, right, you're back.
Yeah, I'm back now.
All right, go.
Yuri, what a nice surprise to see you during lunch.
Yuri squeaks a response.
Please help me.
What? Is everything okay?
Yuri shakes her head.
I don't know how to write letters.
Thank goodness, I thought there was some kind of emergency.
Monika briefly glances over her shoulder at her other friends.
Do you want some help? We can go find an empty classroom or something.
Is that okay? I feel bad taking you away from your friends.
It's totally fine, I promise. We weren't really doing anything. One sec.
Monika trots back into her classroom, says something like, I gotta go, to her friends, then grabs a pen off her desk for returning to Yuri.
Okay, let's find somewhere quiet.
Yuri nods and follows Monika as the two of them set off.
How are you today?
Huh? Me?
Well, yes.
Oh gosh, sorry. I was caught off guard. I was just caught off guard. I'm doing well today. Just tired. Never seem to get enough sleep during the week.
How come?
Oh, I don't know. I think I'm just easily distracted. I get really sucked into things and start neglecting the time.
Me too. I do that too.
Hey, this classroom is empty. Let's go in here.
After peering inside, Monika opens the classroom door and the two of them enter. Yuri's moment of relaxation ends. He watches as Monika pulls two chairs up to the same desk, then obeys as Monika beckons her to take a seat. He stares down at the empty desk.
You nervous?
I don't want to do this.
We don't have to. We can come up with something else.
Yuri shakes her head.
It's my chance to do something good. I need to take initiative.
Huh, she must be really determined. I know how hard it is to step out of your comfort zone. I'll be sure to encourage you.
Yuri pushes through her anxiety and grabs a handful of lined paper from her notebook. Then she picks up her pen. Aww, that's cute. Look at that. Oh my god, Yuri's left-handed.
Oh yeah.
Also, Monika has a heart pen canonically.
She does.
That's
This is
cute.
so cute. Hey, you're left-handed. That's neat.
Oh yeah, there you go. She also mentioned it.
Yeah.
Now I don't have to worry about bumping your arm.
Monika playfully rubs her shoulder against Yuri's.
Sorry. Just being silly, I guess. Anyway, how about we start by listing the different things you want to say to her?
Yuri thinks.
I feel embarrassed all of a sudden.
Aw, it's okay. How about some of the things you said to me yesterday?
But never mind, I guess. I guess I'll try.
Yuri thinks for a moment longer, her tension evident. And she writes the word reflection.
This is about my reflection on our behavior. The key question is why we act like this towards each other, but I've been able to separately be friends with Sayori and Monika.
That's me.
Yes, it is. So,
Yuri thinks.
I've been able to befriend the two of you because you've taken the time to understand my needs and respect my interests.
Mm-hmm. The same goes for Natsuki, too. We started off as pretty hostile towards each other because I was so worried about getting what I wanted, but she just wanted to be respected more than anything else. Once I stopped making it all about me, she was able to do the same.
I want to do that too.
So, what kinds of things do you want to do for her?
I want to do the same things for her that I like to receive. I like it when people respond positively to things I talk about, and not just brush me off. I like when my feelings are taken seriously. And I like when you and Sayori trust that I want to be a good person, even when I'm not doing a good job at it.
Let's write those things down.
Okay.
Yuri writes some things down. Bro, she did. I saw that there was nothing on that paper at
Oh
first.
yeah. I think the most important thing to remember here is that Natsuki's feeling vulnerable, so we should make sure that the letter puts her first. Hard when you're feeling hurt, but it never helps to just tell someone all the things that they're doing wrong. I think first you have to make sure that they know you're ready to respect them and listen to them, and admit the things that you feel you could do better. Then finally, you ask what you would like to turn. How does that sound for the structure? It could be 3 paragraphs, one for each of those points.
I like that. My thoughts are so disorganized. I had no idea how to come up with any kind of structure. You're so amazing at these things.
Oh, stop. You've done so much more than I have, you know? Spent so much time reflecting and being open-minded. That's the hardest thing for anyone to do. All I'm doing is helping you put it on a piece of paper. So I think you're the amazing one.
Monika gives Yuri's hand a quick squeeze. But as she lets go, she's caught by surprise when Yuri curls her fingers to hook Monika's hand in place. For a while, they sit like that in silence, save for the occasional scratching of Yuri's pen against the paper. Aw, they hold
Papers
hands.
are going wild right now.
Bro, hand holding? Lewd.
Oh no!
Yesterday, you told me something I've been thinking about a lot.
What was that?
The thing about how feelings aren't right or wrong, and that they're just a state of being we need to come to terms with. It made me think about how a person's behavior isn't always just how they decide to be. It's also made up of their past experiences and their insecurities. I think that helps me see other people as actual people, rather than as insignificant side characters who are out to get me somehow.
Is that how you felt about Natsuki?
Yuri nods.
But in reality, everyone is always trying their best, and everyone wants to be happy.
Monika peers over at Yuri's paper. To her surprise, Yuri pulls it in closer, partially covering it with her arm.
I have to be able to read it to help you, you know.
It's okay. My thoughts are a lot more organized now, after being able to talk to you about it. Now that I'm actually putting it on the paper, I realize I'd really prefer others not to read it.
Yuri laughs softly to herself, a rare expression.
I'm kind of glad to hear that, actually. I somehow keep finding ways to butt into this whole thing. I've done enough damage. But it's also been so wonderful talking about this. I mean, I always thought you were really smart, but...
Yuri smiles.
I will always be terrible at these things. People are just so incomprehensible to me. I'll never get the hang of being one. But listening to you so much has really helped me make sense of some things. So just don't call it damage, please.
Monika gives Yuri a gentle smile.
I can't believe I came to this club looking for fantasy geeks, and all I got was real friends who value me.
Is that a joke?
Of course it is.
I still can't tell with you.
Sorry.
No, I love it. Please never change.
As you wish.
Yuri glances at the clock.
We're almost out of time.
Will you be able to finish?
Before the end of the day, probably. But I don't want to come to the club the same day that Natsuki reads it. I'm too shy.
I can give it to her instead if you'd like.
Yuri nods.
As long as you promise not to read it.
Of course, I promise.
Thank you.
Yuri exhales, and the two stand up.
I'll message you when it's ready.
Monika nods.
Good luck. I'm here if you need me.
Yuri returns a nod, and the two depart. Oh, that was so cool.
That was so cute.
That was so cool. Good time. That means we unlocked. Yeah, this. She fallen.
She's so...
She dropped her
dropping.
papers. No.
She's like, whoa, you know?
Like, whoa,
like how
I
people
dropped
do when
my-
they drop stuff.
I dropped my paper. Whoa.
I like how Natsuki's background's like all lit up because she's taking a picture of herself with her phone.
Oh yeah. She
It's
got
kind
the
of like a
flash on.
filter, I guess.
She got the flash on.
No, I like
bro.
to I like to think of it as like weird, like a
at
filter
that.
or something. That's so good. I love it.
Same artist as this one.
Yeah,
This has to be a different artist.
it kind of looks like it is.
'Cause, yeah, this is the same artist as the other two. Because it's the same artist as this one and this one. And this one's a different person.
I think that must be some Satchley and someone else.
I think this is also a different person because the lighting is kind of different.
That one does kind of look like a different person. Yeah, the
trust also
shading, the
seems
shading's
different.
different in this one.
Or who made this one though?
Man, I don't know.
Bro, Monica did.
Monica made it.
I like how all of the other ones say things and this one just says just Monica.
Just Monica.
But no. Oh, we unlocked the background. Small quiet stairwell, which Yuri sometimes prefers her reading location. Oh. They give us little trivia in these, bro. We get nice little facts. Like Yuri sometimes reads here.
Hello?
Hello?
Okay, I think I'm okay now.
Oh, as if we get like little facts here. Like Yuri sometimes reads here, apparently.
Small quiet stairwell, which Yuri sometimes prefers her as a reading location. Oh.
The stairwell doesn't work clearly though. Because
What do you mean?
there's a sign and a bunch of things on top of it. You can't
No,
go upstairs.
Oh. I
Well,
thought that was just like in the
The
corner
s-
of the hall.
No, the stairs are locked off there.
Oh.
Probably why she sits there, because no one has to go over there.
Okay.
It makes a lot of sense when you think about it. Why would she sit on stairs where people would have to constantly be coming down? Of course she'd sit down at stairs that people can't access. Makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got all the
gonna-
wallpapers.
We taking a food break now? You said?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Cause I got dessert.
We got all the wallpapers, it seems, so that's good at least.
Let me open chat.
After the food break, then we'll do the self-love. Ooh, self-love, signs of love.